Hey guys, good evening. How is everyone doing? Atrowe Saloto. Good evening, good evening, good evening, beautiful people. Beautiful Obodo fam. Good evening. You're welcome to tonight's live stream. Today is the 8th of December 2021, and today is Vlogmas Day 8. I appreciate you all for being here tonight. And before we even get into tonight's show, I want to take a minute to just thank everyone for yesterday. The love was overwhelming. The support was amazing. Eshe gan ni o. Nagode. Dalu o, my people. I greet you now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Your love and your support, I will never ever take for granted. I appreciate you. That whenever I call upon you guys to come and support one of us that is in dying need, that's desperate, you always answer. Thank you for all the donations for Mercy. She was so happy yesterday. Today, oh my God. She was saying to me that she almost chickened out, that she was glad that she didn't, that she was so scared, but eventually she decided to just come ahead. If she knew that the support was going to be so much, the encouragement, not even about, the contribution alone, but in terms of how people supported her, gave her advice, empathize, and everything. Oh my God, she's so happy. She's so happy. Thank you so much. This is what she sent to me.
Hi sis, good morning. Sorry, I couldn't join you live yesterday with this above topic about this lady who Mercy who was.
Okay, no, that's not the one. Let me show you the one she sent to me. That was someone else. Okay, actually, that was someone else offering her a job. I will do an update. I'm going to do another live video update about her because so much has happened in the past 24 hours. This is what. I can't even type at the moment because that like the support, I couldn't listen to everything actually because of the bad network, but I was reading all of the messages. And first off, I want to thank you because after I sent that short summary to you, it was like you brought out the fighter in me to tell me to say it as it is. And thank God I listened to you and I took the opportunity to say my story so as to help other and to also find my feet back and also go for my kids in future. I want to thank you so much. And wow, the love and the support was marvelous. Wow. Thank you so much, man. I'll come to the UK and I'll see you. God bless you. She said, I will come to the UK and I will see you. Thank you all so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Chat moment. My dear. Now let me get platform. Now let me get platform, my people. Now just the grace and mercy of God and you, my Obodo fam. Platform full grand now. Now everybody will get platform. Now they feel call people say me they gonna help, they go help. Not be everybody now. So me, I don't take it for granted though. I just thank God Almighty. And my prayer to God Almighty every day is that God should keep me humble. Kima Jora Miloju, that will continue to maintain the spirit of humility and obedience to God. Because you know what? I try to listen to the Holy Spirit and I try to be led in what we do on this platform as much as possible. Honestly. And whenever I listen and I just act according to the instructions, it never goes wrong. Honestly, it never ever goes wrong. Let me give you let me just tell you guys a little something. When I wanted to share the story of my sister last week, a lot of people who know me and I told I was going to share, they were like, "Oh, are you sure? Are you sure? Do you really want to put this out there? You want to put this out there? Would you be strong enough? Would you not, break down on live show?" I said, "This is what the Spirit of God is telling me to do, and I'm going to do it." If I tell you the testimonies that I've received since that show, I say obedience, obedience. As Christians, the best thing you can give yourself is just follow obedience. Obedience, very, very powerful.
So it's not only me that has a platform, oh, it's just the grace of God and the people that God has connected me with on this platform, you, my Widow Farm, and your love, because you believe in what we are doing. Look at Messi laughing. Messi that yesterday I kept trying to, because she was so teary, she was broken. 5 years, this lady could not speak about this situation to anybody. Finally, she's laughing, she's happy. One serious alert has entered her account today that she was like, Ma, what is this? Oh my God. Thank you so much, everyone. I told her she's going to have a messified, Messi is going to have a messified Christmas because of angels who are working with us on this platform. You all are angels. You are God sent. Thank you so much. I'll do an update later. By the time we got everything together, she's got some money already. She's going to get more. And then she sent me so many information that I'm going to use to do the referral. I've not been able to do it because I need consent. In this country, you can't make referral to children's services except the person consent to it. So she's doing the letter of consent. I've told her to sign it, to sign it. She sent me a lot of documents. As God wants to help that Mongo back, she has even a copy of his passport. So she sent me everything. I'm like, wow, you are smarter than I thought. So glory be to God Almighty. Is going to end in praise by the grace of God. I wanted to thank you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, I'm kneeling down. I'm rolling on the floor. I'm overwhelmed with your love and your support. She is super happy. People have been reaching out. Somebody offered today to say she wants to relocate to a certain part of Nigeria, that they can give her a job that she can be using to manage herself. So we sent her money to go to the school to get her certificate if that is what she wants to do. She doesn't want to do business. There's too much updates, but let's leave that. I'm going to have to update you guys later and when we've made some significant progress. But I tell you, between yesterday and today, Messi is not the same person anymore. And it's because of you guys. It's because of this platform. It's because of God Almighty. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Rima, you say, Auntie B, you are an archangel. God bless you more. Thank you. You are the angels that God has sent to work with me or do it on my own. Yeah, I can't do it on my own at all. Thank you so much. Chelsea Brown, you said, Auntie B, since you decided to turn this platform into healing people, I have learned a lot. Thank you. God bless you, Chelsea Brown. I appreciate you all. So, we'll come with an update later, much later, but it's looking good. I can tell you that it's looking good. I'm really, really happy. It's looking good. So tonight, you guys said we should talk about this young man, Sylvester, and this doing college matter. My people, I've seen all the updates, and I've just, because the matter is just, it's so heartbreaking. I've just been using style to run away from it. But you know what? I think we need to talk about it because there's a lot to learn from this incident, from this matter. Okay? So yesterday I was giving you guys a little snippet of what has happened. So as you guys know, by now, I'm sure a lot of you already know that 5 boys have been arrested. Okay? They have been arrested. So before yesterday, they had named the boys. The names are out there on social media now, and that's why I'm going to share it here. It's already on the public domain. So I'm not breaking any confidentiality or anything like that. So these are the names. It's all over social media. These are the names of the boys. The number one boy there is Michael Kashamu, that all of you know. That he's the one that I said, I'm going to show you some things that, when I think about this thing, the thing that just comes to my mind is that where is our society going to? 14, 15-year-old children. Hey, how children go sit down, they do things like this? Like, where they forget the mind? Now, which I first query myself, they ask myself, where the mind for comfort and to fit do something like this? So those are the names that were released on social media: Michael Kashamu, Aslem Timile, Benjamin Favor, Edward Brown, and Aguru Emmanuel. This Aslem Timile, if you see him, if you see this boy, my younger son looks older than him. My youngest son that is 15 tomorrow. It looks, if you see him, it's like it's like a boy that is still wearing pampers. That's how young he is. This boy is. Now then, if you do something like this, my people, I don't know. I don't know. I know just, I mean, the matter weak everybody. Oh. So they release the name. Now the police say they don't arrest all of them. Because initially, as of yesterday, they say they arrested 3 of them. Now they say they have all of them in custody. But the police did not release their name. But somebody had already released their name on social media. I think it was one of the person who is in that school because a lot of people know them. Don't forget that the sister too was in the school. That's Sylvester's sister was in that same school, and they've got friends as well. So prior to now, the family hired this human rights lawyer, Femi Falano, to represent them in the case against this Dowen College. And there have been a lot of revelations. You see, one of the things that is killing us in that country called Nigeria is silence. When people should speak, they don't speak. They don't. They don't speak. Oh, people will not speak. Mm-mm. You know, this is not the first time that this matter is this something like this is happening in that school, in that Darwin College. Do you know this is not the first time? But there is a spirit in that our country that we love and hate at the same time that is called covering up. They cover up anything. It's shushing, shushing, shushing. Even the parents. So some ladies went today to, there were some ladies that went to protest. Some mothers went, I think it was yesterday they went. I don't know whether it's yesterday or today, but I saw the video today that they went to protest at Darwin College. And it's just human rights activists, friends and family of Sylvester and the parents that were there and people that are touched. Because some people just have this advocacy in their spirit that is they have to do something. Their body will not rest until they do something when they see an injustice taking place. Some people are just wired like that, that until they do something, they will not rest. The thing will be peppering them. The people, the parents of the other children, the mothers especially, they didn't turn up. Oh, I don't know whether they are not aware, whether they didn't know that there was going to be a peaceful process. This was very, very peaceful. Not like they were doing anything. They just were, making statements. Apparently, they've written petitions to the Ministry of Education, Youth and Sports, the Lagos State Governor, the Commissioner of Police, and all that, all those people, all those offices to complain about what's going on. They are not allowed to speak out. Why would they not be allowed to speak out? If something happens to your child, who can hold your mouth from speaking out, my peace? Don Davis, the mother, was shouting. This is not the first time this thing is happening in Darwin College. Apparently, the school has a long record of so many evil in that school. And that's why that Kashamu'S son was boasting that he said, now we get this school, now they run this school. Whatever we do in this school, we'll get away with it. I will show you the messages. So I will play it to you later. I will show you he wrote it himself. He said, you watch. We will do it. We will get it. We've done it and we will get away. He was boasting. He said, we will get away. Nothing will happen. He said, is it not this Nigeria? Do you know what our family name is? This Kashamu, you know what our family name is? That small boy bragging about the family name and bragging about how they can do anything and get away. My people, there is fire on the mountain. No. One filo, wà lórí òrùlé tó ń sùn sí ní Nigeria. There is fire on the mountain. If kids who are less than 16 years old can harbor this kind of wickedness and evil in their hearts. Okay, tell me what kind of adults. Every day we are talking about Mongo Park here. So tell me, when these kids grow up, what they are going to become as adults. You tell me the kind of men they are going to be when they grow up. I mean, I sat down to think about it and I was like, Abi, is it a movie, Nollywood film, or this is real? So apparently they always cover up whatever happens in that school because the children of the high and mighty, because of the high school fees they pay and everything, when anything is happening, They all conspire to cover it up. That's what they've been doing. And that's why this school has not been exposed. So a lot of people have now started coming out. Parents have now started coming out to say, this is what happened to my child too. I had to withdraw my child from the school. And people are saying, why didn't you speak out? I think one of the counselors that worked in the school, I don't know if you guys saw that video. They did, I don't know what they were doing. They made like a conference video they were doing on Zoom or something like that. And then the confession started rolling in. People started calling the school out that everything that's been happening, that they've been doing in that school, cover up upon cover up and cover up upon cover up, because they are, most of the children there are from high society. No justice for the poor in our country. The high and mighty. That's why a boy that is 15 or 14 can be bragging that we will do it. And we've done it and nothing will happen. They had a Zoom meeting, but okay, you saw it, peace. So the counselor that worked in that school said he had to resign because of all the things that he was seeing there. And he also talked about how the structure of the school is set up in such a way that there's no way that even the housemaster, the children can be monitored. They cannot be properly monitored because the way the school set, the structure of the school is set up, you know, in those days, they didn't used to have boarding houses. The hostels used to be, is a level floor. So it's just like a hall. Now they have like 4-story, 5-story building, and it's only one housemaster or two housemaster that will be monitoring children that are like on level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How do they know when things are happening? Hmm? How do they know what is going on in other floors? They don't know. They don't know. They don't know what's happening. And then the twist in the matter is how all of the parents now are trying to, they are trying to they are trying to get in front of the story. You know, when the name, because the name of the children has been outed now, they are trying to get in front of in front of the story, jump in front by saying, "Oh, we empathize with the family of Sylvester. Our child was not involved." One of them said the child is a, that one they really properly put her picture, the son's picture. I think it's that Edward something something. The mother. I understand that the mother is a bully. That's what a lot of people have been saying on social media, that that boy, he's growing up with a mother that she go curse anybody, she go abuse anybody, bully anybody. So people are now asking the question, where do these children learn this behavior from? Were they born like this? Is it from their home environment? Is it from observing their parents? Is it from what they seen their parents do? Or is this behavior they picked up from school, from friends? Or where is this kind of behavior from? My people, the matter, Itai rapa, oh. Itai rapa, itai rapa, itai rapa, my people. So on the day when the incident happened, the next day, the sister, Sylvester's sister, put out she put out a post because it was his birthday, isn't it? And this is what she said. She said, "This is heartbreaking. It's a heartbreaking post. Oh, it's not a heartbreaking post, but that's the family there. You can see. Apparently, it's a family of 9. So he says it's not a heartbreaking post, but a celebratory one. My baby left me a couple of days to his birthday, but I accepted that God had a reason for taking my that boy during his birthday week because he wanted him to be still be celebrated even in his absence. That's why I'm writing this. I love my baby. I'm happy. I'm happy the pain is over. I am a 16-year-old and, I lost my only younger brother. But I know God has provided me with a new reason to live life happily with my 8 siblings instead of 9. So the parents have 9 children, including this Sylvester. And then she went on to say, "Happy heavenly birthday, my baby boy, Oromoni Sylvester Jr., Oromoni, our small daddy." And then she said, "Please, no sad comments. I will delete it." Mourning in her own way. So Yes, this school, what people are calling for now is for the school should be shut down, to revoke their license and let it be shut down permanently. Yeah, that's what they are saying. That's Sylvester there. That's the sister. Uh yeah, they seem like a happy family. The father seemed like a hands-on dad. So the police said that all five of them, initially when the matter happened, we heard that they said one of the mothers, I think it's the Kashamu mother, yeah, that's the one that was boasting. The mother came very early around 5 a.m. with Olokpa. Nigeria, Olokpa is for sale. Police is for sale to the highest bidder. If you have money, like this Christmas now, a lot of people have paid already. They're going to pay the DPO, and they will give them policemen to travel. Those who are going to the east, those who are going to the south, west, wherever you are going to, they will give you a lockback to go with you. So policemen are for hire to the highest bidder in Nigeria, because what they do, they use them for private security instead of doing the law and other work that they employ them to do. I mean, it's not like police don't do security, but very, very, it's selected government high officials. But in Nigeria, anybody, as I am now, if I go to Nigeria and I need police to escort me anywhere I'm going, all I need to do is just go to the station, look for the DPO, just hand them an envelope, a very fat one. If I want two, they will give me. And they will follow me everywhere for as long as I want, as long as I'm paying them. I understand one time that it was 50,000 naira daily for Mopo. That is the country. If you are talking about corruption, hmm, is police is the headquarter. Police is where the thing is ripe. That is the headquarters of corruption. Even before Nigeria disintegrated to where it is now in terms of corruption and so many evil happening in the country, police has always been in a world of its own. Police has always been the most corrupt arm of government in Nigeria. Uniform generally, but police, they top am. Now then top am. They top the scale, my people. So they say they don't arrest five of them, but they've not issued any official statement to say who is the person they've arrested. But they just said five of the named boys have now been arrested. They are in police custody. Okay. And I want to strongly believe that the reason why the police are even taking this seriously, why Darwin College and all the high and mighty board of directors, the owner of the school, and all of them could not cover this, is because the thing shook the whole country, home and abroad, and social media, the power of social media. Hmm. Social media is powerful, very, very powerful. The noise, people were making noise about it. People were making noise. People were making noise. And as a matter of fact, when those women that went there to demonstrate were saying that the reason why that school is still standing by now, why they've not thrown fire into it to raise it to the floor, is because they want proper investigation, and they don't want to take laws into their hands, and they want the police to, if there's any forensic evidence that they can collect, that's if they know how to collect forensic, I don't know, all the money they give them to buy, to do a lab in this day and age where you can do DNA. It's DNA and forensics technology they use to catch criminals everywhere. But their own, they will eat the money. Egunje has finished their life. Egunje. So, my people, that is where the case is now. The families of the boys have been running helter-skelter. They are shouting up and down. Their children are responsible. Their children are very caring. Their children are this. Their children are that. In my mind, I'm just wishing that the parents of Sylvester were, they remember. Because, when things are happening to you, you will not be thinking straight, okay? Because they've made a lot of allegations. The school said that the boy was, and as a matter of fact, the Kashamu boy, said the same thing, that Sylvester was alive when he was in the school. So you see how they think. So because he didn't payment in the school, now it means that it's the hospital where they took him to. They are saying now that it's the hospital is what they gave him to drink there, or the treatment they gave him that made him to payment. that is not in the school. Nothing happened to him in the school. That's the that is the argument they are trying to prove. Hmm. That's the argument they are trying to prove. That they are trying to say that the boy, it is not the school. Okay? It is not the school. All the parents, because they know now that they set fire, like their names are out there. Hmm. All of them are making statement now. They have nothing to do with it. Their children did not do it. They are this, da 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 da. So the governor has said that the school is closed indefinitely. Thank God for the governor. I mean, whatever you want to say about Nigeria, when it comes to Lagos State, I give them kudos. Oh. Honestly, Lagos State is a flagship state in Nigeria. They do stand for a lot of things that other states. There are some states in Nigeria you don't even know. You don't even know whether they exist in terms of when it comes to human rights violation and all this safeguarding and children protect child protection. They don't even protect who they want protect now. Adult have been and children. They no sent. So the school is closed. Initially, when the government closed the school, the parents started agitating for online lessons, that they should be doing online lesson because they paid very huge school fees, and because of the huge school fees, what the other children shouldn't be made to suffer because of Sylvester. Can you believe that a young man like this was deleted in a school that your children attended, and all you can worry about is the huge school fees that you are paying? No empathy, no human feeling. All they care about is me, me, me. And you say, is this me, 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 me? That's why Nigeria is so messed up. Me, myself alone. And that's why when you put politicians there, they go steal, 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 steal. All the money they are meant to do roads, they will steal it. All the ones that used to do electricity, they will steal it. If they tell them to supply five transformer, they will supply one. And that is why you will see a government official, somebody like that, Desmond Elliot, will go and construct one skinny ass bridge. They will start celebrating it. They will do a party to inaugurate a bridge that he used government money to build. People will be praising him. Ah, he tried, he tried, he tried, he tried. So, my people, this is it. This is the country where we come from. So, I give Lagos State some, credit for always being on top of things. When things happen like this, they always, come out quickly, take action. And, from everything I've heard on social media, I understand that when it comes to all these violations, they don't play with it. In fact, they have a lot of NGOs in Lagos that are working with Lagos State government as well, and even the Lagos State, they have I don't know what they call the organization within the state that is funded by the government that does a lot of work. Hmm. That is the country. How we want to make progress for that kind of country now? Somebody said an animal farm. Yes, so how we want to make progress for that kind of country? So now in the boy come the brag. He said we've done it, we will get away with it. Nothing will happen. Make I play on the chat. Let me play it. Let me show you the chat. Which one is the first one? Oh, it's so tiny there. I can't read it. It's so far. Okay, I'm going to read it on my phone because I can't read it here. But he was chatting. Make you see that children will still be children last, Abi. Because he was chatting, I think he was chatting with the Sylvester's sister. Being the child that he is, I think maybe he probably does not understand the gravity of the gbege he's in, the problem that he's in already. So he now started. What's it called? He still went on social media to be making mouth. On top of everything, no, he still they make mouth. He was making mouth. The boy was bragging. I go read down to now. I can now see it. I can't see it there because it's so tiny. My eyes are very good. Thank you, Lord. But I'll read it to you people now. My people. I don't know the kind of country where the things that are happening in that country. Mhm. Uh-huh. Okay, it started with this one. So now the person answer and say, so he said that Sylvester, he said Sylvester was by in hospital. So the person now said that it's from what you people did to him. Yeah, he says it's from the beating that you gave him. This is a chat. Oh. Uh-huh. So, and the person now went on to ask, and the boy from the rich home went ahead to say, he no get money pass us. Hmm? Now what he talk with that? He say, he no get money pass us. Eh. You see where's money? You see all these children, they are thinking, they are zero values. All they think about is money, 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 money. At that age, I mean, we know that our society is so materialistic that is money that is the order of the day. But who would think that at that age that this boy will be thinking like this? This is the Kashamu boy. You say that they say they don't get money pass us. So now the other person comes and says, is that why you want him to join? Or does it make sense at all? Why did you pick on that boy? And then he kept on saying, I said, you don't know what he did. So she asked him again, what did he do? He said, the boy said, he's a very disrespectful boy. But get one thing straight. Nobody deleted him. They should question the hospital, not us in our school. And they should stop dragging us. That's what he said. He said they should stop dragging us. And now I say now Pekin, last Pekin could be Pekin because they chat. You know, so those chats, even they can use it in court against him. Okay? You don't know. It's just the chat they go. So now the sister can answer say, does that give you the right to bully someone? The next thing when this Kashamu boy won't talk, he say, I'm talking to you very nicely. And the sister asked him again, say, but you said your name wasn't mentioned in the case. And guess what he said? He said, you don't know who our parents are. In the whole of Donwy College, no teacher can talk nonsense to us. We get away with everything. And then he went on to say, and you think because of this deleted, I don't know if you use the word, make a the way it describe the boy, if I use on YouTube go verse, like this non-entity boy, something will happen to us because of this deleted non-entity boy, something will happen to us. Hmm. And then the other person asked him, the last time I checked, Kashamu was mentioned. And then he said, you should go and ask about us. Hmm? Go and ask about us, he said. When they hear something, go and ask about us. He said, we get away with anything in this school. So now he can say, the boy now went on to say, and because he got what he deserves, you guys are now supporting him. He got what he deserved. Now in the sister comes and says, so beating him till he was deleted, is that what he deserves? And then he kept on saying that this boy was not deleted in school, that he was deleted in hospital. And then the sister say, I don't want to reveal your group. Now the G word, I can't mention it here. I don't want to reveal your group, the name. And he said, so they were asking, so do you wanted him to join this your group, didn't you? And then he went on to say, you cannot accuse us. You can't tell us that we were the ones that deleted him. She asked again, so you truly wanted him to join your group? The boy answered again, no get money pass us. Obodo farm. Nigeria don't finish. Niger, that country. Now, but money matter now in this speaking, they talk continuously. Everything when they ask him for the charge, he go say, he no get money pass us. And what he talk with that? He say, he no get money pass us. And I'm 100%. Now the sister asked and say, I hope you will remember this conversation when you get caught. Look what he said. He said, do you think anything will happen to us? You don't know who Kashamu'S son is. Now, say bragging. He said, you don't know who Kashamu'S son is. Now, the sister asked and say, no, they will pet you guys and buy board book for you. And he said again, you don't know who Kashamu'S son is. Then the other person asks, who the hell is the nonsense father? Now in verse, oh, say, don't insult my father. Oh. I didn't insult you. Don't insult my father. Then he went ahead and said, make we bet. He said, make we bet. He said, make we bet. Nothing go happen. Okay, I know upload this one, but I'm reading it from where I took it from. Now the other person answer, say, okay now. He said, before you know it, we go dead this matter. Now what did the boy talk with that? He said, we go this matter, we go finish and we go die. You know how they speak pidgin in Nigeria and say this matter go die. He said, before you know it, we go die this matter. He said the pikin went die. And before I forget, he can't adjourn and say, before I forget, I hope say Sly, don't tell una say in collect before in jackpa, in collect. He can't put the sign of cucumber for there. My people, when I hear horror story, he put the sign of cucumber for there, say, this boy, when they call Sylvester, say he collect before he jackpa. He said, but Sha, Junior no get mouth, he no go fit talk. He can never talk anything that happened. And he used another word. He used the C word to cover the S word when he was describing what happened to him. Now, the person where they chat to the content and say, you are a very, very silly boy and you will pay for your crime. He called the cursor. He sent him the picture. She now sent him the picture of Sylvester. That one that he was wearing native. He said, look at this boy. Look at the picture. This face, that is what you will see every night. You know what is this boy talk? He said, make we bet. He said, make we bet. He said, make we bet. Nothing go happen. Nothing go happen. Then the conversation carried on. The Kashamu boy say he was disrespected. So we gave him what he deserved. Now the sister asked and said, disrespectful in what way? By not telling you about the sister, you were asking about the sister's private. So is it right for you to be doing that? Is it right for first Kerewa to happen to the sister? You know what did this boy talk? He said yes. And then he now said, I believe you are the elder sister. So the sister asked him, how would you feel if someone asked your brother to describe your sister's private? He said, all these things that you are saying won't change anything, madam. Now, what did the boy talk with that? And then she said, obviously you think that you will get away with it. You clearly don't know what you have done. He thought he would get away with it, or they think they will get away with it. Now it's 100%. Whether one day. Yes, there's one last one. It's a long chat. And then the person screenshotted it. Yeah. Then the boy said 100%. I am 100% sure. Do you think anything will happen to us? You don't know who Kashamu'S son is. Do you think anything will happen to us? My people. Now the country where we find ourselves be that too. Yes. So he used the mouth to take talk, say, Sylvester, the poor child, no fit, in mouth no let them fit tell him parents everything what happened to him. Apparently, this boy the brag say he chop cucumber say e no fit tell him parents. Say shame and fear no let the boy fit tell the parents. Say whether he fit tell the parents, they brag. He say he put the sign of the cucumber for there. Say whether he tell them say he chop cucumber. So now why they talk about forensic, that's why I was talking about forensic. That before they go hurry go bury this pikin, they need to do autopsy and do forensic. And you know another thing, oh God, my people, this is so sad. It is so sad because there was another incident that happened in a school in Nigeria, in Abuja. This one time around is a school in Abuja. That this similar incident happened. Like a girl, I think the girl was how old, 10-year-old girl, be 9-year-old girl. This one, they even saw the condom that the boys who did it, the condom, they left the condom in inside that small girl. The girl caught an infection from there, got sick and died. When she got to the hospital, they found the condom. Till today, nothing happened. Laura, you feel sick to your stomach, right? Yes, these are what kids are doing. Is a kid that is boasting to say, do you know who we are? We get money past them. He said 100% will get away with it. And for a child to be saying something like this, these are teenagers, my people. You guys allow this to sink in for a minute. A teenager is saying, I am sure 100% that we will get away with it because of our family name. He said, do you know who we are? Do you know who Kashamu or whatever the hell they call them? Do you know who we are? So the confidence that these kids have is that their family name can do and undo. So nothing will happen to this boy. Nothing. They can't get justice because it's not today they've been doing it. He said it at the beginning of that thing I was reading to you guys. That school, the teachers don't have right. The teachers cannot talk to them. Nobody can talk to them. Now then they run things for the school. They are the ones running the school. They are the ones running the school just because they come from wealthy families. So the teachers cannot even talk. So even if the teachers knew, I mean, because now I hear that they arrested both the head of school, both the gate man, both the this, because they say, why did you open the gate for them to go? But the housemaster, because they knew. They knew what was going on. They knew. It's not the day that this boy finally the parents got called. I said it in the previous video that I did that. The day they called the parents, say, when I call carry na pikin no. Na pikin no well, when I can't carry him. You know, they already know, say, it's likely, say, this boy may not go for there. So to free the school from whatever has happened to that kid, they decided to send him home. So that they will now raise their hand up and say, he's not here. Oh. Nothing happened to him here. Oh. When he was here, he was okay. Oh, is it Rahim? Was it this one that I read the letter that Obasanjo wrote? Is the same senator? Oh, I remember that letter that Obasanjo wrote. It was a public letter, so it was the family. It was this Kashamu. I see. Evil runs in their family then. But this time around, with the way Nigerian women are standing up now, they will not get away with this one. Not with the help of Nigerian women and social media. This time around, these boys will never ever escape this one. They will not, because there are people who have vowed that these children, they will go to jail. If it's juvenile detention, they call it, wherever they call it, they must serve their term because they don't commit adult crime, so they need to do adult time. My goodness. The boy, they brag. He said, we will get away with it 100%. So, I mean, the story is so gory, it's so sad, it's overwhelmingly sad. I don't even know how to describe them, my people. But the thing that really scares me, the thing that worries me and scares me about this whole epistle is, where is that society called Nigerian society going? If teenagers can have the mind to do such evil and they have no conscience. Somebody said sociopath just now. Romari, I think it was you that said sociopath on the loose. Yeah. If children who are just teenage boys can have they can have this mindset, they can be so like sociopaths and psychopaths, describe them in any way you want to describe them, to commit something like this, to do something. And they no get sleepless nights about them. You see, go social media, go they chat. Whether na in the chat oh, whether na in brother they use the phone they chat oh, but he's a member of their family because he said, "Don't insult my father." So it's one of them. It's either the boy or his brother because he kept saying, "We will get away with it 100%." Do you know who Kashamu'S name is? Do you know who Kashamu'S name is? So where is that country going to? Where is our country going to? Eh? Where is that country going to if children can sit down to plot something so dark? It's so dark. It's so hey, the boy they brag. Say he chop banana. So whether they tell him put the sign of cucumber there, I don't even know say I no upload them. You know, be waiting person they see my people. You know, it's even good as I no upload them when I not see them. Some of you will be traumatized if you see them. He put the sign. He say he tell you now, saying chop. Say you no go fit talk. Say we give unto ram. And they read am word for word the chat that this evil boys were chatting. Me, I don't know. Me, I don't know. Yeah. Somebody say if na American courts, they for try them as adults. Yeah. Because I think they are around 16. So technically, they should try them as adults. Because they are seniors. Because these boys, the thing that broke my heart is that these monsters, yes, that's what they are bragging. I mean, if accidents happen, let's say, okay, something, children playing, or, maybe they bullied him and something went wrong, it's a different thing. They knew what happened after this boy was deleted. Now they still they brag. So they still they brag, say we'll get away with it now. Nothing will happen. Okay, now COVID-19 kid their papa. Oh, I see. I see. Now COVID-19, eh? I see. I remember that letter Obasanjo wrote to. Obasanjo, say, Baba no dey fear anybody. Oh. Baba, I saw that letter. Oh. People come they talk, say, that na fake letter. Temiti say Burunji Kasimu is from my state. People that know the story will tell you that the man was a bado. I think at some point he couldn't step into US because he was allegedly he was what? Lord of the Rings or Ring Lord. Okay. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. It was the law a ring a drug a lord. Okay. Now how they make their evil money be that when they begin the brand. This is how they make their nasty money, blood money. Now in the picking the brag say, do you know who we are? We are 100%. I will get away with it. Nothing will happen. We are richer. So the good or the evil that you do now, it depends on how rich you are. The richer you are, the more evil you do, the more you can get. But I mean, it's a reflection of the society, my people. I want to say this matter. It's a reflection of the society. My link is in the comment section. If anybody, I'm not going to stay long. Yes, it's a reflection of the society because the high and the mighty, their papa, now so that they get away with evil. Their family members now. So I tell you, say one of the kids, one of those kids that was mentioned, the one that is called Edward, Gist lover, bring out in mama picture, everything. If you check YouTube, you will see it. And people that know her start testifying. You know, every day for the thief, but one day for the owner, my people. Every day for the thief, one day for the owner. That is let us do good wherever we are. Because the day that people will give testimony of you, you don't know what they will say about you. It might not be today. It might not be tomorrow. It might not be 10 years. But one day, when your name is mentioned, people will remember what you did. Now they talk, say, the mama na so it be. Say, mama na bulldozer. Everything I in the bulldozer. Say, mama na so. They say the home that the boy comes from, the mother is a narcissist evil woman. She type can't release statement to say my son is a day student. He was never sleeping in the school. He didn't have anything to do with it. Kinikon, 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 kinikon. My people, that is where we are. Will this boy ever get justice? I mean, they will use money to buy judges and lawyers and human rights or whatever. Cover up, spin the story. Because they've already started spinning the story already. Oh. They've already started spinning the story already that it didn't happen in the school. So because it didn't happen in the school, does that mean that what happened to him that led to him, being deleted did not happen in the school? My people, I am afraid for that country. If it continues the way it is in another 10 years, I don't know what's going to happen. People go to delete each other for streets like this. They're going to delete each other and nothing will happen. So yeah, if you have something to say, come into the studio. Let's have a quick back chat, and then I'm just gonna be here for an hour and a half or thereabouts. Bernice, good evening, sis.
Oh, good evening, Miss B.
Good evening, my sister. Welcome.
Yeah,
Oh,
oh, it is a heartbreaking one. Honestly, since I saw this boy story, been, I have never someone courage to look at it, to read, to see, because I don't know whether I should just be shouting or crying when listening to it. This is somebody's 9 months. With the first time I saw it, I was like, okay, if this is my son, I just said, okay, I am the mother now. I was just imagining how the family will take it. And why my worry was, Nigeria. As if I knew that this boy was going to be bragging. I said, for somebody to have the mind to do this in that school, how many of these has these boys done? How many people have they deleted? Have they been doing this to? Maybe some out of fear they will succumb and do their biddings, or some, I believe they have done this severally to so many. This boy just brought them out,
they've
and
done it. They've been doing it, and they are proud of
they've
it.
been
They
doing
say
it.
they are the ones running the school. They can get away with it. These are
Yeah, you
teenagers,
see,
my sister. Fear catch me.
I just pray that Femi Falana, as he stood for Fela, as he claimed to be, or what we know him to be, my prayer is that he will bring justice to this little boy and the family.
Amen.
Because you see those people with their grandfather devil, because their great grandfather na devil. Why the papa na Lucifer? That is generation. You see this Mongo Park we're talking about, that is them. At that age, look at what they did and what they have been doing. And that is how they are going to continue. Even to the wife they will marry, that is how they are going to continue. It's a generational curse that they have carried from devil or Lucifer or Satan. I don't know. I don't know the offspring where those people came from. And you see, it's not just this school. There's one other girls' school there in Lagos State. I just pray that one day that school will come up too. They
Hmm.
pay so heavily.
Hmm.
My
My
sister's
God.
daughter, because me, I don't have girl. My sister's daughter was in that school, and I went home service in somewhere. This lady of a friend of mine, I took her along. No, I did not go. I didn't go with her on that one. She went alone. So when she came back, she was telling us the story. She was called to one home service. She do pedicure for people. So they called her in one uh, hotel to go do pedicure. And do you know who the people she found there?
Mm-mm.
This is a school authorities. They loaded girls from that school to come supply to those men in the hotel. When she mentioned the school, I said, my sister's daughter is in that school. Oh. I just called my sister immediately. I said, look at what somebody told me. And I know
Hmm.
this girl cannot just say. I didn't tell,
Hmm.
I said, go and withdraw your daughter, or you call them, go there and take your child out of that
Do
boarding
you know what
house.
I heard,
You see,
Sister Bernice? Make I tell you what I
no,
hear. Those
go
women that
ahead.
were protesting today, they had a lot to say because some of them have their children in boarding schools across Nigeria. They said
You
when they
see,
go for visits, the house masters will stand with them and be looking at the child to see whether the child will disclose anything. So
so
the children
whether
are
the
afraid.
that is it. That is it.
They say the house parents do not allow the children to have private visitation with the children. They must be there. So you know that
Yes,
kind of a thing. When the children know that there will be consequences, they cannot say. They will keep quiet and be
you see,
smiling.
yes. You see this that happened to this boy, the school authority, they are all aware of it. The owner of school. My prayer is, if somebody or this lawyer will have the mind, arrest the owner of the school, jail him, because these boys, they said they run the school. That means they've been getting away with similar cases like this. And the owner of the
Yes.
school is aware of it. So that
Yes.
man should be put in a place where he belongs to. He is supposed to be in the jail, not just closing the school. Shutting the school down will even help the matter, because Nigeria, what Nigeria stands for. That man can go and change the name, take another name, and still continue doing education and still destroying people's kids. That the owner of the school should be locked
How many more
in a jail.
schools that this are
And
happening? And this their
even
obsession to always be playing with the children's back door. You know, it's the same thing they do with Don Davis. Those children use something like this to be choking him,
yes,
to be
that's what
choking
they did
his
to
back,
the David.
to be
And
inserting into him.
when the mother was talking, some fools were there making some nasty comments. Each time I listen to that woman, I say, this is my kind of person, because this is your 9 months, your pain. Any woman that went into that through pregnancy, went to labor room, you came out successful, no issue, and you nurtured your child to this age. Then someone from somewhere, because they have money. I just pray that Falana we do much more work, much more than he has been doing, to make
Will the
sure
parents be able to afford Falana? That's another concern of mine again.
you
Will
see
they do it pro bono?
that is why I say Nigeria. I cried for Nigeria, because if it is out here, they
Lawyers
won't
will be
charge you.
volunteering. Lawyer will
They won't
volunteer to
charge you.
represent
They
them free if
won't
he's
even
here.
charge you, because they don't know if they're going to win the case. Here in
Lawyers
America,
over here will volunteer to represent
they
them
handle
free of
your
charge.
case and
And you
make
know what?
sure
They
they
don't.
give
If it's a
you.
country that there is law and order, this is between the states and Darwin College, because
This
it's
is
a
government
crime.
case,
So it's the
not
government that should
family.
even represent. Correct me, or lawyers in the house, if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, it is the government that should be representing Sylvester and
Sylvester,
Romani's family, because
yes.
if a crime is committed, it's the state versus the person that is accused.
It's a state. This is a state, not even family. That's what I'm saying. Say, how I wish him, Falana, won't go look at, okay, they're going to pay me. Just direct them to the appropriate uh, office that will take care of his case. Because this is state, even federal government versus
Which
these
state?
people. That
If they have state lawyers, they go bundle,
they,
they go scatter the case. Let them just keep Falana.
that is
God
just
will
it.
help them raise destiny
I just pray this
helpers.
man will have the mind
Mm.
to fight and look
Oh
at,
no,
okay,
Falana, if
this
not
is my
mind,
son.
they look for mind. This is what he lives for. All his life is about,
Ah,
civil rights and, fighting for the underprivileged and, the
I tell
underdog.
you. Even
Thank you, Bernice, my sister. Mm.
Festus Kiyamo too is another man, another Femi Falana, Festus Kiyamo. If they can involve him, I tell you, no matter the money, is it Kashamu or Kasali, I don't know what they say they are,
If these
no
children
matter
don't
the
go
amount they
to
have.
jail, then we know we are finished in
We are
and let me
finished
not
in
say
that country.
I'm British,
They,
please.
they need
They
to
are
they
finished
need
in
to
that country.
tried as an adult, because
Mm.
they said they are kids, but they did what even some adults could not even do. And look at,
Thank you, my sister.
okay, first of all, sorry, before I go, somebody called the parents to come and take your child. What was
Mm.
wrong with the child before they called? If they say it's not in school. So
Mm.
something happened to that boy in the school before somebody made a call for the parents to come and pick him. So the school knows what happened to him. The owner of that school must go to jail. That is where I stand. Both him and
Thank
his
you.
wife and everybody, both the family of the boy, if they try to smuggle their children out of the country, they should lock the mothers, lock the fathers.
All right. Thank you very much, my sister. Have a good
I am
evening.
angry.
Thank you. No, it's not only you. Everybody's angry. Hey, hi, you're welcome, my darling.
Hi, Auntie B. Good evening.
Good evening. You're welcome. Where are you joining us from?
I am calling from Warsaw in the UK here.
Okay. What do you have to say?
Auntie B, honestly, Sylvester's case has really touched a nerve for me. I am Sylvester. It's just that I had the opportunity to survive it.
You are Sylvester.
I am Sylvester.
Oh my God. You went to
That
boarding
could have,
school in Nigeria?
yes, that could have
Okay.
been my story
Hmm.
easily.
When? Was it in the, which year? Like, is it
19,
90s?
25th November 1992. I'll never forget. I
Hmm.
will never forget. I was in boarding school and a group of boys. I was in SS2. And, these were my classmates that they had issues around me for whatever reason. I was accused of being gay with somebody that I had nothing to do with. And for months, the bullying was there every day. Coming from school, turn my bed out, push me out of my hostel,
Did you
all sorts of
report
stuff.
to the so-called school hostel, the people that, the adults there, the school father, whatever they call them, the wardens
And
or whatever?
see, when you're a child in that state that you're already been accused of being bullied, the fear of even telling anybody overpowers you. It overwhelms you. You can't tell anybody.
Hmm.
You can't tell anybody. You can't tell your parents. You can't tell your teachers. You're depending on the adults around you to maybe notice that you're suffering, but it's very difficult, especially if you've grown up in a very toxic environment
Yeah, I
where
was going to pick
people,
up on that. Yeah, thank you very much for
yeah,
saying that. That's one of the
yeah,
things I wrote down that I'm going to emphasize on tonight as a
yes,
lesson for us parents. See,
yep.
I'm not bragging, but I try to be a hands-on parent.
Honestly, I
I look
came,
at my children's eye the minute they enter the door. If there's something wrong, I know.
yeah,
We
it's
need to be
important.
very attentive and in tune to the body language of
Mhm.
our children.
See,
Children may not say, but if you are a very attentive parent, you will know. The way the
some,
child will look, you will just know there's something wrong.
yes, I think being hands-on and being with your parents, being with your children is the most important gift you can give to your kids. I'm from a broken family. My mom left when I was
Oh, I
5
can
for some reason.
imagine. I can
So I was in
imagine.
boarding school and,
Body language. Children speak more
yeah,
with body language. Communication of children is 100%, is 70% body language before
yeah,
they will speak, especially teenagers, because I have two
yeah,
teenagers now.
yeah.
Okay. So I know how I have to, engage them. I have to be creative around the conversation to draw them out for them to tell me stuff. But I notice when there's something wrong with them because I
Like,
notice their mood. I notice the way they look. I notice they are not happy. I look at them. I pay attention. Parents, please notice your children. Be attentive. Look, put your eyes on your children. Don't be too busy.
yeah,
Please.
it's because when you have your children at home, then you can be able to manage that. But if your
Some
children are
some some have at home AI.
if,
They don't
yeah,
notice.
it's true. But if you have your children in boarding school, I was watching your view yesterday. 3 months
Hmm.
is a long time in a child's development. If a
Hmm.
child is in school, that anything could happen. Actually, a psychiatrist was saying that it's enough time to actually trigger depression and become symptomatic and be depressed. Because
Hmm.
if we are analyzing somebody that is depressed, we are asking, how have you been in the last 2 weeks? But you to leave a child for 3 months in school, if something has happened to that child, it's enough time for that illness to establish itself to damage the child for the rest of
Don't
their
they
life.
have visitation every month? I thought it's every
But
month they visit.
they do, but sometimes some parents are too busy to even attend. And sometimes when they attend, they just
Oh,
stay there for about
God.
1 hour and they are gone. Let me just give a quick story about me. I know this show is not about Mr. Sylvester. The reason why I say I am Sylvester, there was a night before the incident that happened on the 25th of November 2000, 1992. I had finished my SS2 exam, promotion to SS3, and it was a hostel and it was dark. There was no light that night,
Mm-hmm.
and I a voice just told me in my head,
Hmm.
move. This time, almost about 11 of the boys in my class, they wanted to. I don't know what I did to them. I think to make it even worse, the school authority had made me a social prefect, and one of these boys felt he should have been the social prefect instead. And for some reason, he just became jealous, and they were kind of recruiting each other to hate me for whatever reason.
Hmm.
Anyway, that voice just said to me, move.
Hmm.
And I moved from the bed that I was sleeping to another bed in a different part of the hostel.
Hmm.
Within 10 minutes,
Yeah.
these boys came. It was dark. And somebody might have come to spy to see where I was lying down that night. And they kind of marked the bed. And from the corner where I was, I could hear that they were hitting that bed, sticks, stones, whatever, at the bed, at the mattress. But this mattress was empty at the time. Because it was dark, they didn't realize I was not there. The next morning, when I saw the position that I was that night, I would have died that night.
Hmm.
Nothing would have stopped me from dying. The amount of havoc they had created in that space to attack me, that still wasn't enough. On this day that this issue happened to me, I come from school. They called me and my friend. They said, "Okay, you people have been gay in this school." I said, "I'm not gay with this person. Why? What is happening?" Before I could
What
say,
is that? What kind of
I'm,
accusation is that? Who is
I'm telling
accusing
you,
you of that? Tori alone.
these are boys in my classmates. They put me, locked the door, stripped my clothes, and the beating started. And to be actually, I was praying to die that day.
My goodness.
I was praying. I was like, God, help me die. It was
Because of the
easier.
pain.
Yes, I thought I would have died. It would have been easier for me to die than to continue with the level of bullying I was going through in school. I was praying to die. I sat there. If not more for my friend that we were being attacked together, that found a way to run to the housemaster and they came for our rescue. I was ready to die there.
Hmm.
I was praying. Somebody came and took a stick and hit my head. I blacked out.
Was there
What
any consequences for all this
my friends
when the school found out?
see, and to be this was a very serious issue because among the boys that attacked me was my half brother.
No.
I'm telling you.
No.
I am telling you.
The one that should protect you is joining them to
Yes.
attack you?
My father was in a difficult place. He was like, who do I support here? Two of you are my children.
Hmm.
My friend's uncle was a judge in the state where I grew. And he was like, I'm going to take these boys to court for attempted murder. The principal was begging. They expelled the
That's
boys
what they
and
do
all
in
that stuff.
Nigeria. They beg for anything.
Yeah.
They will delete somebody and be begging that you should please
And
forgive them.
Auntie, look, if Sylvester did not die on this occasion, something in him would have
Would have
died.
been broken.
Yes. I'm
Hmm.
45 now and I am still healing.
You are still dealing with the
I
trauma.
am still healing. There was a time that if I see a group of boys, 5 boys or 3 boys, the level of anxiety,
PTSD.
oh Jesus Christ, it's now that I am able to deal with it.
Hmm.
I just become very defensive, very anxious, and I'm ready to fight to flee.
Oh God.
There was a time in Nigeria before I left, I'll be plucking my hair like I wouldn't know. Before I know what's happening, my head will be bowed.
Yeah, that's what they call. I can't use the word here. I'll type it here and put it on the screen
Yeah,
because of YouTube. I
yeah.
know what they call it because we
Mhm.
have it in children. It happens a lot in children's services here in social services. That's what they
Yeah,
call it. I put it on the screen. That's what it
mhm,
is.
yeah.
Because the pain you are trying to inflict pain on yourself. It's a
There
form
was
of
no,
coping mechanism for
yes,
children who have been traumatized by
I'm
situations.
telling you.
Yeah, I
I
understand
could
that.
not see anybody. I couldn't see a psychologist. I couldn't see anybody. I dealt with it on my own.
Oh,
Look,
well,
sometimes people tell me, forgive those boys, forgive those boys. And I'm like, I'm forgiving them because I did not die that day. What if I died? What if I became disabled?
yes.
Permanently damaged?
And they are adults now, and you
They
think they
are
are
adults
going to
now.
be good people. They are not
One
good
of
people.
one of them sent me a message on Facebook saying that he's sorry. I'm like, exactly what are you sorry about? What are you sorry for?
Hmm.
What are you really sorry for? That you damaged me or you intended to kill me for no reason? Look, this is so deep. I mean, even talking about it now, it's just bringing up
Yeah,
emotions that I thought that were not
I
there
know,
anymore.
I
I
know.
am Sylvester. I am.
I'm so sorry.
I
I
am that
hope
person.
you've been able to
Honestly.
access some sort of, therapy now and,
Yeah.
to deal with. I mean, I have a very deep understanding of childhood trauma, and I know that
Mm,
it stays with you for life. And that's why
yeah.
I'm so passionate about, children being, being loved and growing up in a safe environment because I know how childhood trauma, I didn't experience any, but I've seen it in my
Right.
work, and I know how
Honestly.
deep it is. It stays with you for life, for life.
Honestly.
You just
Honestly.
cope. You just cope.
Honestly. Yes, you just spend the rest of your life coping. Like I said, if Sylvester did not die, it would have taken you years of and he would have told anybody about
And
it.
Nigeria is such a place where people are being told all the time to
Yeah.
shut up, swallow
Man up,
their pain, and get
man
on with
up,
it.
deal with it. Man up, deal
Yeah,
with it.
yeah. Get
Why
on
did
with
you
it. Now only
why did
you,
you do it in the
not
first
only
place?
you, it happen to other people too. Why be saying only you all the time? They complain all the
For
time.
me, when the case was happening to me, the question that was being asked was, did you do it? In my mind as a child, I was thinking, even if I did it, is this the way to treat me?
Who was asking that question?
The adults around me,
We're asking whether you were gay.
yes, did you do it?
Can you
No,
imagine?
but did you do it though? This was the case. This was the question that they were asking me.
You see the
And
kind of
as a child,
society
I
that we
was
live in.
thinking, if, okay, let's assume that I did it. So this was the issue. My dad actually said to my brother at the time, okay, if you felt your brother was this, why did you come home to this to report it? He said he felt disgraced by me.
Oh, no wonder he
Yes.
joined with the beating. He wanted to beat
See,
it out.
the,
He wanted to do something to hurt you.
yes, the narrative that we create around children perpetuates these behaviors.
Mm-hmm.
When you start hating and discriminating and saying things about people that you feel you are better or stronger
Yeah,
than, you are actually sowing a seed for the children that are growing under you. And they
yeah,
feel that if I can do this to this person because of their gender, sexuality, or the way they look or their disability, I can get away with it because I'm better than them
yeah. I feel you,
or because
AI.
I'm richer than them.
I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you. I
So
pray. I
honestly,
mean, thank
it's
you
so
very
sad.
much for sharing.
Thank you for
Uh,
what you're doing.
thank
Honestly,
you.
I'm
Thank
really
you.
happy that
And
I've been able to share this story today.
yeah, I pray that you're healing. God will continue to give you the strength. Thank
Thank
God you
you.
are in a safer environment now.
Oh God, I am. I
And you can
am.
access more, therapeutic services that will be able to help you on your
I
journey. Thank
am.
you
I know
so
by God's
much.
grace, I've been able to
Mm.
train. I'm a mental health nurse. I'm
Oh,
doing all that work
wonderful,
now. So
wonderful. And that's
I'm
your
getting
brother. Do you
there.
have a relationship with him at all now?
I know he exists
Like
and
that.
I pray
He said,
for him.
he said, I know he exists. You pray for him from afar.
Yes, yes.
Oh, good for you. Good for you. I don't blame you at all. Put him at arm's length, and I'm sure you are
No,
doing way better than him,
no.
wherever he is.
I can't trust that kind of person. No, never.
No, no. You are okay
Yeah.
being yourself and living your life. Well done
Yeah.
to you, AI. Thank you for
Thank you.
sharing.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much,
I appreciate
sweetie.
what you're doing. Thank you.
All right. God bless you, my darling.
Bye.
Wow. See the issue. So can you see? They were beating him. And the funny thing about this accusation, when you start accusing young people of the certain sexuality that they are this, they are that, some boys who are even straight, they have, they look feminine. They might talk in a certain way. It doesn't mean that they are not heterosexual. You don't know. Even if he wasn't, is that why you want to delete him? His own brother. Ah, the wicked shall not know peace. So, Olongbo. Tiger, you're welcome, my darling.
Good afternoon, Auntie B.
Hello, good afternoon, my
Hello,
darling.
ma. This case is very, very hard because even in primary school, these things happen. I was bullied in primary school far back as at 1984. So,
Were
I
you
mean,
in
this boy
a
used
boarding
to.
primary school?
It wasn't boarding everyday school. This boy will
Mm,
pull my hair, pick on me during break. And when I go home and tell my mom, I go home, I can't tell my mom because, I was afraid. Until my
mm,
mom was loosening my hair one day and a chunk of my hair fell off because this boy pulled my hair. So she sat me down, she started, trying to cajole me to talk. I kept trying, I don't know until I opened up, I told her that one boy pulled my hair. My mom followed me to school. The after we always make hair weekend on Monday, and my mom spoke to the teacher and they wrote a note and gave it to the headmistress of the school. And my mom also spoke to me about defending myself. That if that boy comes to me, I should push him through. I should things like that. And it
yes.
kind of worked because then whenever he bullied me, he would take my snacks, he would take my stuff. So one day when he did this again, after my mom had spoke to me, he was standing on the stairs when I see him, I will run away. I won't come up the stairs and things like that. So he would, just bully me for no reason. That particular day, he tried to do it and I pushed him. After that day, he never bullied me
He
again.
won't try it again.
And
He won't try it again.
He did not try it again. He did not take my food anymore. And then they used to bring Samco. I don't know if anybody, then in primary school, the school had this Samco. They will bring it. He said I should be giving him my own. And I used to do it because I was a
They
child.
always want to take other people's food.
Yeah,
Oh,
take my
more
stuff.
food.
That's what
They
they
want to
always
take
do.
your food. That's where it starts. Your lunch money, they will take it.
So, but this Sylvester's case, it really broke my heart because my son, I have 2 kids. My first child, he's very, I don't know, I don't know if I should say effeminate. He's very, if you talk to him, he's very,
He's emotional.
I don't
He's
know.
very emotional.
Yeah, very emotional. Act like even in the way he walks and the way he does things. And I fear for him. When I look at him, I'm like, even the younger one sometimes takes things from him. I fear because if he goes, especially in this country. So I put him in taekwondo class. I told him to go and
Are you in Africa?
I'm in America. Let him go and learn taekwondo because I want him to have that strength.
Yeah, very important.
Yeah, to know what to do. Because I'm scared. I'm looking at him and I don't see him like, he looks like those ones that they want to pick on. And I want him to be able to.
They always look for the ones that look weak. That's the ones they look for to pick on.
Even for his younger brother wants to take his stuff, he will just give it to him, even give him more. He doesn't like trouble, but those are the kind of children that those bullies that they like to pick on because they feel that this one doesn't talk or he can't talk. So I want him to be the kind of the way my mom taught me because like I should defend myself. I also want him to know how to be able to defend himself at least enough to be able to find help.
That's good.
And all these bullies, they don't have mind. That's why they go in groups. They can't stand on their own. If they are alone, they can't stand. But once they stand with other people, they have the mind to come and attack you and all that. That's why you see that, like the uncle that spoke before me, he's talking about, he's not one of them. They will cajole themselves to become, make a group to come after you, so that they are many. That's how they do. So I really feel so bad for what happened to Sylvester, and I know so many parents have been affected, and so many people, it's still going to happen. But I think a lot of people, there should be some regulation in Nigeria that if such a thing should happen and is reported, the school should do this. If not, there's these consequences that would, come up or whatever, something like that. If not, it will be swept under the carpet all the time.
Yeah. Thank you, my dear. I think you are doing the right thing, Tega. Taekwondo is good. Judo is good, yeah. Because it's going to learn self-defense. So if they mess around with him, they will know that even though he looks like he's a weakling or he's a weak boy, is a child that is not strong, he's got techniques. He go deck them. He go give them uppercuts. He go give them mosquito. What do they call it? Monkey.
I tell you, different kicks and all those
you will
things.
Give them, yes, you are doing the right thing. Yes, he should have self-defense, put him in sports. I mean, just give him, empower him. Just empower him so that he can know that there are ways, if they start any nonsense with him, he will deal with them well. Now themselves, the bullies self go run, go they cry. When he give them one uppercut, they will bleed. Useless.
Yes, Auntie. Auntie, you're also talking about this family. This is all politics. This thing going on in Doen. Most of the parents there, they have forefathers. They are all linked together. They go to the same social parties and things like that. So even men, they always want to cover
protect
all these things up and protect themselves, because one person has collected something or has gotten a favor for something else. And they'll tell him that, okay, for instance, this King of Boys, if you see how the story goes, it's not one thing, it's ages ago help that was given to you, come now and give us this help we need now, kind of thing. So that's what usually happens in Nigeria, whereby people keep covering things up because there's already a long line of assistance that they've been giving each other that they expect you to continue to do. So it's difficult for one person to pull out and say, I'm not going to help you this time around, If not because of the way people rallied about around this problem, about this thing that happened now with social media, this Lagos State governor would not have done
They will
anything.
not ask.
So,
So that who is Lagos State
yeah,
Governor? Tega, thank you, my
wouldn't
darling.
have done anything.
Thanks for
Thank
sharing.
you,
It
ma.
is well with you. Continue to raise your children. Don't worry about him. He'll be all right. You are doing the right thing, okay? He'll be fine. And don't
Thank
worry
you, ma.
about the fact that he's not strong. Children are born differently, okay? They have different traits. Because he looks like he's not able to fight or he doesn't like wahala, he looks, like he's just, it doesn't mean anything. Okay? Don't worry about it. It doesn't mean anything. Just continue to
Okay.
equip him with enough to defend himself in this world and talk to him, engage him in
Thank
conversation,
you.
have sit down with him, tell him about the world, that there's so many people out there that are not as nice as he is, so he needs to be aware. So talk to your children, engage them, do case studies with them. Sometimes you will just bring out a discussion and ask them, if you're in this situation, what would you do? you know these are the sort of things that you do, that you use to engage children and get to know where they are mentally when it comes to things like this. So, I beg, just love your children and make sure you are equipping them in the right way. That is all I have to say, because there's so many lessons in this case of Sylvester. Adewale, my darling, you're welcome.
Good evening, Auntie V. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. I just want to share about my experience. I also went to a boarding school. Mine
You
was
went
a
to a
mil-
boarding school?
yes, mine was a
What?
military boarding school actually.
Ooh,
For 6 years.
military.
Yes,
Chineke. Chisam,
Nigerian
thank
Navy.
you. Thank you for the super chat. God bless you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So all my siblings also went to a military. Sorry, they also went to a boarding school.
Your father was a soldier, or is a
No,
soldier?
he wasn't. It was because we all went to a military primary school.
Ah,
So
I see.
like that was just the next best thing. And those schools are not as expensive as the other private schools,
Okay, I
and they're not
see.
as bad as the public schools that are like like organized and like established by the state government. So that was kind of
Mm,
the next best. And
mm.
that's why we all went to boarding school. So I'm just going to share very two short experiences. It's not a story actually. So I got to boarding school in JSS when I think I was 11 at the time. So I was put in this room where our room leader was an SS2 senior. And this guy, and we used to have prep. I don't know if anyone who goes to boarding school, they know what prep is.
Even
Prep
we
is
that
just
went to day school, I remember prep, my darling.
yeah. So we had this prep. I think prep was about from 7 to about 10 o'clock at night or something. So when we go, because the guy is a senior, no one really checks if they go for prep or anything. So he would stay behind. He would invite his SS2 classmates. They will come in, you know. He doesn't really have food or anything to give to them. So he and his friends would break into our lockers, steal our provisions, our food items. They eat it, and then the way they break into the lockers, because back then we used to use this padlock thing. So they were very strong. They could just remove the lock system directly from the wood, and they can just like hammer it back in. So we wouldn't know. So when we come back and everyone would complain like my stuff is stolen, my this was stolen, and this guy would tell us to come outside, and he would batter us and beat us so well with this huge like
You know
wood.
something? Let me tell you something, Adewale. This issue of children in boarding school beating other children is something they learn from home. They learn it from home. The children have never seen anybody being beaten, or children that they were never beaten will not beat anybody.
Beat anyone. That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
there is a learned behavior.
Yes, it
You see,
is.
because children are they learn by observation, they learn by watching people, they learn by their own personal experiences. Like, AI was talking about how he comes from a broken home and how that impacted on his life and where he is today and the experiences he had in secondary school. You see, when you beat, that's why I'm not an advocate of beating. No, I don't. I tell it all the time. I say, don't beat, please,
Yes,
because when you are beating a child, you are teaching them violence.
very
That's the
true.
truth, whether you like it or not.
Very
And it's
true.
a learned behavior that they will transfer. But Nigeria now, they will tell you, say, Spare the child and
He
spoil the
take
rod, and rod the
that
spoil
Bible
and
verse
spoil the
literally.
child or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. So
Carry on, my
when
darling.
yeah, so when he was graduating, I think we were in GS2 at the time. So he met with one of my roommates back then. He was telling the guy to ask us to forgive him, that he didn't know what he was doing. I was like, then
Yes,
he
they always
confessed what he
apologize.
did.
Evil.
And I
When
was
they
like,
finish doing it, they'll start
I didn't,
apologizing.
I didn't even know what to say because I'd already forgotten about that situation because we didn't really even know. We thought someone among us was stealing the stuff. We didn't know that's what he was doing. So like that's just one of the like that's just a very slight experience, like slight
Yes.
thing I experienced there. And then what
Mm,
really made me hate Nigerian boarding schools was the experience my brother had. Because when he was in GS1 in the first term, he actually went to Federal Government College in Ogbomosho. He spent one term there. And back then, my younger brother used to bedwet back then. And I think he was not the only one. A lot of kids in
mm,
Nigeria, like at that age, 11, 10, most of them still like bedwet because of the situation of the country. We don't really have psychologists or therapists in Nigeria who are well equipped on handling those kind of things. So the senior in his room, like back then, rather than telling my brother to like take care of his like mattress, dry it outside and everything, he sent my brother to an uncompleted hostel with no windows, no doors. So my
uncompleted.
exactly my younger brother slept there for almost the entire term. He got
And the school did
used.
not notice.
They didn't know. I'm coming to that. I'm coming to reason why I say Nigerian boarding schools are like they're crime scenes. Like that's what they are. They're not places where kids learn anything. They get
Ah.
more stars than lessons. They're basically
Hmm.
crime scenes. So he had this very my younger brother had this very serious malaria that affected his brain. He was delirious.
Hmm.
When my dad was bringing him back home, my dad had to use one of my mom's wrapper to tie him with him so my brother wouldn't jump out of the car or jump in front
Wow.
of cars in the room. It
That's
was it
serious.
was so serious. It was
Hmm.
so serious. And they didn't even inform my dad that my brother's situation has gotten that bad, which is
Hmm.
exactly what those Doan guys did in to Sylvester. That's why when I heard about Sylvester's story, I was not surprised because there were actually a lot of Sylvesters in boarding schools across the country. Even in my own set, a guy died because of the school's negligence. Most of the
Hmm.
boarding schools in Nigeria don't have equipped clinics. They don't have
Mm-hmm.
equipped sick bays. They don't have
Mm-hmm.
enough drugs. They don't
Mm-hmm.
have good doctors. They don't have good nurses. They don't
Mm-hmm.
even inform the parents about the situation of their kids until it gets very, very worse. And I think what Nigerian parents think about boarding schools, they think that they're sending their kids to this school so they could learn about life. The schools can
No, they
raise.
said they will toughen them up.
No, that's not
Hmm.
that's not what those boarding school people do. What they actually do is they let other children, they let teenagers raise 11, 10-year-old boys. And
Hmm.
teenagers cannot raise young children because they're also children themselves. And one thing
Speak
about
it. Speak
one,
it,
and one thing about
Adewale.
one thing about teenagers is that they're having a lot of changes in their body. Hormones.
Yes.
They don't even understand what it means to have responsibility. They don't understand how to handle power. So they
Mm-hmm.
misuse it. And
Mm-hmm.
even like they don't even have good examples in society because our government can just do whatever they like. They're also misusing their power. So like 16, 17-year-old seniors would do the same thing and much worse. So boarding schools, and I even thought even the private ones were better because
No,
their
they
parents
are
were
not.
respect.
Mm-mm.
Actually, they're not. Like even from this like recent cases we've had so far, they're not. They're almost all the same. They don't raise your children. It's they let the seniors, the 16, 17-year-old teenagers raise your children. So
Hmm.
they're crime scenes. So I don't know. Like I even hear stories of people in the diaspora sending their kids to boarding school in
Oh
Nigeria. I'm
yes.
like, what are
Yes.
you guys thinking? Your kids are not they if anyone on this platform is listening to me, your kids don't learn anything. They just go there and get so many psychological problems or
Yeah.
issues
Yeah.
that you might not even be able to deal with
Boarding schools are
later.
crime scene. They
They are
are
crime
preparing future
scenes.
criminals.
Exactly. They're just crime scenes, basically.
Future
That's what they are.
criminals is what they are
They
breeding.
they don't raise your children, they don't monitor your children. I mean, you'd have one
All they
house.
do is collect money. Once they
Exactly.
leave class, the teachers don't know what's happening. The
They
teachers
don't know
will go
what's
home.
happening. They will let
Mhm.
just one master, one house master will be in charge of close to 200 students. how can they monitor those? It's not possible. They don't have
Mhm.
CCTV cameras, nothing.
No camera.
They
They say
don't.
Down College with all the big school fees they pay.
They
No, no,
don't.
no CCTV.
They don't. The principals, the proprietors of those schools, all they're interested in is the money that
Money.
comes in and the image of the school. That's it. They don't care about your kids. They don't care how your kids grow. They don't care how your kids eat, what the food they eat, or anything. Nothing. So please and please, if you're thinking of sending your kids to any boarding school in Nigeria, have a rethink. They don't train your kids. They let other kids, teenagers who are drunk with power, raise your own kids for you. So that's all I just wanted to say.
Wow.
Yeah, that's all I
Adewale,
just wanted to
thank
say.
you so much. Wow.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot from your input tonight. In fact, you've opened my eyes to a lot of things. Thank you. It's children that are raising children, no. Don't think you are sending them to adults to go and raise them for you. Other children are the ones raising your children there. That's what Adewale has said to us. I believe it. 100%. The teachers are there in the classrooms. After class, uncle, they go home. One housemaster in a whole building of 500 children, different floors. And then the seniors will now say, okay, we are Lord and King. We are going to deal with you. And they always pick on the younger children, the young ones who just started. That's the ones. Mm, my goodness. See revelation. Hmm. Joy, you're welcome. You're muted, Joy. Hello. Joyous Wealth. Okay. Jumped off. That's all right. Anna. Hello, Anna. Unmute yourself, please.
Hi, sis
Good,
B.
good
Mhm.
evening. Good
Good,
evening.
good afternoon,
Mhm.
sis B.
Good afternoon. Yeah.
Mhm. This case is a very sad one, and no parent should have to bury their children. You know, unfortunately, the Nigerian society is a bully. Um, they allow bully. It's not like a big deal.
Yeah.
Bully people in the society. Even parents, most Nigerian parents bully their children. Also, anyway, today I just I'm so devastated, and I wanted to talk to parents because the children that committed this wicked act came from a family. They did not fall
Mm-hmm.
from the sky.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the parents are probably bullies
Oh
themselves.
yes. Oh yes.
And when bullies are in the act, sometimes, or maybe most of the time, they don't know that they are going to delete their victims.
Mm-hmm.
It's just an act of wickedness that
Yeah.
results, in delete, or leaving a negative and life impact on their victims.
Yeah.
So if you are a parent and you have a child, even if it doesn't matter, even if the child is a 1 year old and the child is hitting you and you are laughing, that is a disaster waiting to happen, because what that means is that when that child goes to school, they would hit other children, you know. And in this case of Sylvester, he's just 11, an 11
12.
year old child. No,
12.
he was supposed to be 12
Was
a
going
few
to be
days after.
13. The next
Oh, okay.
yeah, the day
A few
after they
days
deleted
after.
him.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a child. He
He
is a
is a
child.
child. Yes,
And
he was a child.
the
Yeah.
kids, yeah, the kids that did this to him are also children, you
Yeah.
know.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say that, these things don't just happen overnight.
Mm-hmm.
They are as a result of, bad upbringing, um, parents that are bullied themselves and
Yes.
who either don't know any
A
better
very
or
hostile environment. A
hostile environment,
hostile
you
and
know.
toxic
You know,
environment.
I
Everybody in
have
Nigeria they vex. Before you see
uh,
somebody that is,
who wouldn't.
somebody said something, Anna. Somebody said that
Mm.
a lot of people in Nigeria are suffering from PTSD. I believe it.
It's true. It's true, Sis B. It's true. It's true. And most of us are just, damaged adults at 45, 40, whatever,
That's
like
why we
we're
have so
just
many mango parks now.
so many Mongo parks, and so many people who don't even know that they have emotional or mental issues. So I
Yeah.
have seen parents, of
Mm,
1 year old, 2 year olds, that when their kids are hitting other kids, they kind of derive some kind of joy in it. And they would either say that, the child is just being bold, or, you know, so le- I don't know. I don't know. This is
so
this is very sad. And in order
yeah,
for us not to have a repeat of this, because there are a lot of Sylvester in
yeah,
Nigeria that is
yeah,
still happening. So
yeah.
if you have a child that is 1 or 2 or 3, and you think because they are not the one being beaten and you're happy about it, just be warned. Because
Mm-hmm.
one day, we pray
It's
that
gonna
this thing
happen.
didn't happen,
It
but
doesn't happen
it's
to
just
them.
it's
Yeah,
just a disaster waiting. It's
yeah,
like a time bomb that is
yeah.
waiting to explode. So if your child is beating people, or your child is beating you, just be warned and put a stop to it, like right now.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you
Mm.
so much for your contribution. Appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, we're rounding up now. I've done an hour and a half. Rita Alcone, quickly, please. You're welcome, sis.
Sis, good evening. Oh.
You're welcome, my sister.
Yeah, sorry. I'm calling from unknown destination.
That's all right. I know you, so I don't ask. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's fine.
yeah. It is well. Oh. From the first day I saw it. If you check my DP, I changed it to this young boy because my
Mm.
son was in a boarding school.
In
First of
Nigeria.
all, yeah, in Nigeria when I was still in Akwa Ibom State. Though I
Hmm.
was in Akwa Ibom, but I took him all the way to Calabar to put him
The
in a
one,
boarding
the
school.
one of Don Davis happened in New York.
Yeah,
So
a
that is
lot,
that
a
is the
lot
is
is
the same
happening.
axis. Mm.
I changed 3 schools because of this bully. I changed 3 schools for my son under, like, let me say, under 2 years. He went to three good schools. 3 schools. They call them good schools, but there are a lot happening there. A lot. When I went to pick my boy, he was as if he was sick of, I don't know the kind of this thing I would describe. You understand? So a
Mm.
lot has been going behind the scene that we don't know.
Let me ask
That
you
is
this,
just the truth.
sis. Why is
Mm.
this so automatic? Even for someone like you, that's your only child. Why did you put him in a boarding school? Why is it so automatic
Yeah,
for Nigerian parents to automatically put their children in boarding schools? Why?
no, sis. Okay, like in my own situation, before I decided to put my boy in a boarding school, I got a maid, first of all. I got a
Mm.
young guy that can be taking care of my son because I was always out of the country. So unfortunately, this guy, and then they were really picking up kids a lot. So this boy left my son in the house and went out to wherever he has gone to
So
and
so
came back. So,
so
and
it's the
whenever I
issue
want
of
to,
childcare if you are a working parent,
yes,
and the issue of
yes,
childcare. So to make it easier,
yes,
you put them in a school so that at least you have peace of mind because you go out
yes.
all
And
day
another
whenever
thing is,
Nigeria is.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
another thing is when the boy wants to bed my son, he'll be dragging this thing, his
Hey, no
cucumber.
matter.
He'll be and he tell my son that any day you tell your mother, I'm going to kill you. Sorry,
Hey,
I'm going to delete you. Sorry for making that statement. The
they
thing
flag
went
this
out of
video
my.
already. They don't flag and since all the language when people they use. I don't feel even
Oh
talk
my
this night.
God.
I
Oh
don't
my
get
God.
energy to talk this night, so I just leave it. Mm. YouTube don't
Ah.
flag and since because of the language where people they
So
use. They know they like this kind of
yeah.
talk. I wanted to do it in pidgin
Ah.
English.
Oh, for don't do pidgin. Oh
If I
God.
do pidgin, now let pidgin they feel safe. But if you do
Ah.
pidgin, they confuse the algorithm. But with all this word we talk, so
Mm,
don't flag and since.
I'm sorry. I'm
It's okay.
sorry.
It's
This
okay. It's
boy.
not you alone.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So that's what he used to say. He was threatening that if he tells me, he will delete him. So he got to a point that the boy has to say. He told him, my son warned him the first time, warned him the second. They thought that he said I would tell my mommy. So when I came back,
Why you
my boy
no
now
get
told me
girl
that
now? Shabina house girls, people they
no,
mostly
I
get
had
for
a
around there.
boy. No, girls were molesting boys. You understand? So I had to pick a boy all the way from Abak. I went to get a boy because I have
And
a
the boy
boy.
too was doing the same thing.
The boy own was even worse until he carried
You know what
machete.
I
He said,
see for this matter, my sister. You
mm,
know what I see. You see
yeah,
that society where they do say they're too they holy, they're too they righteous, they're too they go
mm,
shush. They are
mm,
obsessed with kerewa.
yes,
The obsession of kerewa cuts across age groups. It cuts across gender, it cuts across. Everybody is obsessed with Kerewa in Nigeria. I tell you that.
Yes, yes, you're right. You're
The
right.
obsession with
So
Kerewa in Nigeria is too much. That's why
yeah,
you see all the things where they do to these children is always Kerewa relating. Is relating to Kerewa. You
yes,
see how they were boasting that
yes,
they were choking, that they chook this boy, say they were
yes.
choking
That
him.
they use cucumber on him. That
Yes.
one
What
break my
about
heart.
Don Davis? Is the
Hi.
same thing. That they choke him
The
for, but
same
they are
thing.
all
You see,
obsessed
Don
with
Davis'
Kerewa.
mother did not rest. That woman has been on air shouting, talking, even with all they were doing to her. She said she would not accept. You
Yes.
understand? He said, what of if it's my own child? You understand? So most time, circumstances drag us to take these kids there if you can afford it. Because these schools you are seeing, you don't pay small money. They collect a lot of money from us just for them
This
to take
one,
care of these
this
kids. And they
Downward
don't do it.
College is millions they pay.
Yeah, it's three. I
And
heard the
yet,
mother today saying that
you
they
know
are
how
paying
many
up to 3
children
million.
they like according to
They've
AI that called
destroyed.
us earlier, those children are going to be living with trauma for the rest of their lives.
Ah,
They cannot
I'm
even tell
telling
their
you.
parents what has
They
happened to
can't
them
say it.
in that school.
They can't say it. Eh? That's why when I came to Lagos, the lady said, please, I should leave David in the boarding school and go to wherever I'm going to. When I'm done, I can come back. I say, please, instead of me leaving David, if it is in the gutter, let's sleep together.
That's why some
I'll go
mothers
with my
choose to
son.
be housewives in Nigeria, because they want to watch their children, they want to take them to school and bring them back, with their drivers
See,
and all that, because of all these
it is
issues.
it is well. It is well. So I
Thank
just
you.
thank God the way God is fighting for this young boy. He will get justice for sure. He will get it. He will get it because they know that this one they can. Okay, look at this Joyce Slow. What this guy that died in America? There people have been these people. They have been deleting people. But that one was a bone on every. The whole world was on it. So that's exactly what is happening with this boy. God wants to use this one and set an example to those
Yes.
children that they are not well trained. That feel
Yes.
that
What?
because their father has money, they
Yeah,
can
they
do
can get
anything
away
and
with
go away with it.
anything.
No, they
Yes.
will not go away with this one. God will not allow it to happen. They will not.
Amen.
They will not.
Amen. Thank you, my sister. I appreciate you. What I expect now is the Lagos State government to quickly bring out a law that they will call Sylvester or money law. That's what they do in this part of the world. Name it after him. It's a legacy. His name will never die. And that law will say anti-bullying law. It's called Sylvester or money law. That's what I expect the Lagos State if they get sense. But now, when we talk of government for Lagos State, say na Tinubu be the governor. They just put that one, someone who just did there as puppets. We will not talk politics. Amati, my
Auntie
darling.
B, good evening. How are
Mm.
you?
Welcome. I don't say the one when hold your body, now you they jump in.
I mean, as everyone has said, there's a bit of Sylvester in everyone. I mean, thank God I didn't go to boarding school. So maybe, because me, even later on, I was wishing I went to boarding school. But with the old thing that is coming out now, I'm like, thank God I didn't even go to boarding school. Quick one. The reason why I called is, when you were reading those messages, the conversation with that Kashamu, whatever the boy's name is, and
Yes.
you'll be shocked that these boys will get away with it. You know why I say that?
No,
They
they
will
wouldn't.
they will get justice for social media sake, but behind closed doors,
They
these
will free
boys will
them.
not. They will free them.
He
They
said
will
it
free
now.
them.
He said, do you know what our name is?
Exactly. These people will get the justice just to satisfy, the public and the
The
social media.
angry
The
mob
angry.
and everybody that
When
is
you were
shouting
reading
on
it, I
social
was
media to
angry.
silence
To
everybody.
silence everybody. They will put it out there. Yeah, the justice has been served. But behind closed doors, these boys will be freed. An innocent person will be taken and replace them.
Now, Nigerian police style be that now. The poor
Exactly.
people, they will just pick
That
person.
is what is going to happen in
I
this
believe
state.
you, Amoti. I
That
cannot
is
doubt
what
you.
is going. That is the only reason why I call that. And if we are all shouting justice, 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 justice. Are we really? Is there going to be real justice for Sylvester? No,
I
they
don't
won't.
know. I don't know.
They
I
won't.
don't know, my darling. I don't know.
They won't. They won't. So that's just my take on it. And even my own children too, because my daughter, my 9-year-old, she has this girl in her school. We've been dealing with it since year one. This girl seems to have some trouble at home. She's mixed race, and the dad lives somewhere, the mom lives somewhere, and the dad has to drop her in school miles away. And in school, she's telling teacher, you don't tell me what to do. Even my daughter is always complaining that mommy, she's always disrupting class, blah, blah, blah. She will tell my
Maybe
daughter,
they call
you're
children
spoiled.
services now. She's a
You
child
know,
in need.
they knew, but there's nothing they can do about it. They're just trying to manage
They
her.
should make a referral to children's services. Behavior is part
Behavior,
of, a child
that girl,
that is going through
that girl,
something.
everything you can think of, she's going through it at
Yeah.
at that young age.
And
I don't
when
have
children
problem with
act
it.
out like that, Omoti,
Yeah.
it's as a result of what's happening at home.
At home.
If the school is
Exactly.
smart, they will make a referral to children's services.
At
The child
some
is
point
going
in year
through
one,
something at
because my
home.
sister
That's why
used-
they're
my
acting
sister
out.
works with- My sister works with children. In year one, when I couldn't take it, because my daughter would come home, oh, mommy, she told me I'm a spoiled brat. She doesn't want to be my friend. She told me this, she told me that. Eventually, I had to ask for safeguarding against my child. I said, I understand they are children, but this cannot continue. This cannot continue. Even now in year 4, there are 3 of them, my daughter's best friend, and this other girl. So if one of them is playing with my daughter, the other person will not play with her. And at some point, she will feel guilty. She's caught in the middle. And I told her, listen, you have to stand your ground. You cannot be friends with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
If this girl is not nice to you, if she cannot respect you, tell her you don't want to be her friend. And don't feel guilty about it. You have to stand. You have to stand for yourself.
Yeah, we teach our children. We have to teach them. Yeah, resilience. We teach them resilience.
The thing with my daughter, she's quite popular in school. Even the school nurse, when she sees me, she's like, oh, but like this and that. When I see her playing with those unruly kids in school, she tells them that, listen, your mom will not like you to, you will not like your mom to know you're playing with this kind of children in school. This woman called her and talked to her. And I told her, I'm not saying don't be friends with them, but if someone is not respecting you, if you tell them to stop what they are doing and that you don't like, and if they're not listening to you, you have every right to tell them you don't want to play with them. And if they cry or whatever they do, they throw tantrum, it is none of your business, and do not feel guilty about it.
Yeah.
So
it's good to have those conversations with your children.
Every day
good.
when I pick them up, how was your day in school? Any drama today?
Yeah. That's why you know everything that's happening in her school, because you talk to her.
I talk to her.
Yeah, it's good to talk to you. I cannot even overemphasize it.
When I pick her up, what happened? What's the drama in school today? What happened? Even the boys.
What's the drama? You know there will be drama.
I know there will be drama.
Oh,
with this particular year, there will be drama. It's guaranteed that one thing will happen one day. Yesterday, she said she was drawing her teacher, and she was rubbing, and this girl just came from nowhere that my daughter is drawing the teacher's private. And she told everyone in class. Can you imagine that?
Jesus. They should put her. They need to look into her situation. If she's going through something.
I told that teacher that if it wasn't that we are moving, I would have asked for them not to be in the same class.
Yeah, no, that child. No, it's not your daughter they will take away, because it's not only your daughter that is being disrupted. It's the whole class. So they need to remove the person that is causing the confusion and find a solution. Yeah, they need
she even told my daughter one time that they told her that if she doesn't behave herself, she'll be expelled from school. And they're still keeping her on, and she's disrupting the class. She's telling the teacher, you're not my mom. You can't tell me what to do. You can't do this. You can't do that.
There's something definitely going on in her home.
Definitely. Yeah. Because I had in year 3, she had a Nigerian teacher. They were in the same class. The woman told me the sort of thing she's going through at home. And I'm like, fine, I don't have anything against it, but she should not come and bring that anger onto my own daughter. I will not take it.
No use a reggae to spoil your child's blue.
At all.
Thank
So
you,
on this
darling.
Kashamu thing, they will get away with it at the beach. Trust me, they will get away with it. But anyway,
well,
thanks for letting me today.
Thank you, my darling.
No worries.
Thank you. Yeah, talk soon. Ibrahim, you're welcome. I'm seeing you for the first time on this show. Are you new?
Yes, I am.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Where are you joining us from?
The US in New York.
What do you have to say?
Well, this young child that died, he is my fiance, my wife's cousin.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yes, he's my in-law.
Really sorry about your family's loss.
Yes, she actually told me about a couple of maybe a day after that he had died. Yeah. I see I'm seeing a lot of YouTubers, and is really this issue is really trending.
Yeah, it's a
And
very serious issue.
yes, and I actually don't really understand because I'm not Nigerian, but my wife is.
Where are you from, Ibrahim?
Um, I, I'm from the U.S. I was born in the U.S., but
You're African American.
no. Well, yes and no. My parents are from Sierra Leone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Sierra Leone? Have you visited?
Yes, I have.
Okay. I'm sure you have boarding school in Sierra Leone, but you wouldn't know about it because you grew up in the US, right?
Yes, correct.
Oh, okay. I see what you
But
mean. I see what
but
you mean.
what I want to say is that th- this uh this cult thing
Mm.
that's happening in a lot of these schools. I really don't understand. Um, this case in particular with the death of my in-law. Um, regarding the cult is not new. You know.
Mm. Mm.
Um, and it's really sad that they're just focusing on this school regarding the cult. It's not just happening in this school. It's not a new thing, this cult thing.
Yeah.
It's happening in a lot of schools.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
It is. Mm.
and I don't really understand. It don't make sense.
Mm.
A
It
school,
doesn't.
yes, a school like that's very expensive. I just don't know why it doesn't have cameras.
Yeah.
If I'm sending my child to school and I'm paying a large amount of
Top
money,
top dollar. You're paying top dollar. You expect
yes,
top treatment.
yes, if I'm paying that amount of money, I would at least expect the school to have some amount of cameras so they can monitor the children.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's just very sad that my in-law had to die like this.
Mm.
It don't make sense.
I'm so sorry. How is your partner taking all this?
uh she is very sad, honestly.
Are you comforting her?
Yeah, I am.
Mm.
With me being, because she's currently in Nigeria and I'm here in the US.
Oh,
So
I see. I see. Does she
yes.
live in Nigeria or she lives in the States?
No, she lives in Nigeria.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah.
So it's like a long distance relationship?
Well, I'm trying to get her over here through visa.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
I've
Okay.
been over there already.
Okay.
Um, but you know, I was actually shocked because I wasn't expecting it. It was unexpected when she told me he died.
Yeah, I know. I mean, thank you very much for sharing. And I wish you guys the best with the visa and with the whole family of Sylvester. We pray for God's strength. We pray for God to, help them through this. It's a very, very traumatic event. Obviously, nobody wishes for it, but it's happened. Hopefully, there will be lessons learned from it, and there will be changes in boarding school systems in Nigeria. And this little child, this boy with this amazing smile, he wanted to be a pilot. His death is not going to be in vain. Thank you so much for sharing with us, Ibrahim. I really appreciate you, and I wish you the very best of luck. Please send our love and best regards to your fiancé or your partner in Nigeria. Thank you so much. All right, we are rounding up now, ladies and gentlemen, and I've got my partner in crime, oh my yes, Corner. She's here. I always like to add
Yay!
her, even if she comes early, I will not add her until I'm about to enter.
That's okay. That's why I call in later. So I know the
I will not
drill.
add you.
I
I
know
love to
the
end the
drill.
show with you, Amoye.
I love to end it with you too. So it's not a disappoint too.
In
Hey,
fact, because I don't say you go make me laugh. Make I tell you something. Amoye, somebody they blame me the other day say I laugh. He say I dey laugh, say I dey doing show. I do show about am say I dey laugh. Now say show. When I know me for this
Eh,
channel now, me I dey laugh steady. Because I just say person not laugh, he go cry. No matter how the matter serious. The day where I do my sister story, the most difficult video where I don't do for you, I laugh. I still laugh.
My sister will laugh his life.
The woman say, me I dey laugh sarcastically, say I no get empathy for her, and I make her dey laugh. All this one thing, they go sue me, oh. You want sue me, oh. She said she wants sue me. He said I dey laugh sarcastically.
It's still big grammar, sarcastic.
And then my own jajaja, she come find me, oh.
Biko make it free you, oh.
Biko make it rest. You say that's why I tell they laugh, oh. No matter what happen, we dey laugh for this platform because we cannot come and kill ourselves. If you not laugh, it go change anything.
My
sister, change anything.
Well, leave. If you laugh, people will say you go complain. If you not laugh, they go complain.
If you see the way the woman they attack me, me I can't they laugh. I can't. I say what you
not block him. You not block him because guess what? Nah, her problem.
I don't get mine though. Make I tell you, I don't get mine. Initially I block him, man. Now only me still unblock and send a message. I call the expect. I don't get mine. Honestly.
No, okay, even if you not get mine, the get consider you no need to respond.
No, she come to tell me say she be solicitor, she go sue me. I say sure.
Now
that you come meet me.
Now because she says she wants to sue you, now panic you.
No. Me panic for waiting. I know they fear. I know they fear, but you know. I know they like. I don't like wahala like that. You know, I reflect. You understand? No, I know panic waiting.
I understand.
My daughter be solicitor today. Solicitor waiting.
Solicitor, I understand.
Fire. Waiting be solicitor. Make you see something. Make I tell you something. I don't say we did the divide, but I want to make una laugh before we end this show because now why they like to ask Omoye last because Omoye go make me laugh.
And I not go
come meet me for where I dey talking matter. I tell her say any story when me here. If you don't feel come, me go still use them because you not pay me. You take my time to advise you. So I go use the story to do the video. Now she come say, hey, me I dey laugh. Say I no empathize. Me I no sympathize. I say show me. I dey laugh because I don't feel myself. What I want to do? What you want make I do? But my laughter not because say I no empathize. I say the thing come pay me. I come tell and say you feel accuse me of anything for this world. You cannot accuse me of lacking empathy. It's not possible. It's not possible. So after me and I quarrel, I block her. I see unblock her again. I can't send message to her. This time around, a voice note. I can't tell and say, sis, you misunderstand me. It not be like that. I can't even tell her, say, if you want to carry this voice note where they say you go court, say you want sue me. I'm ready for you. We'll go meet for court. I not fear suing. But I want you to understand that you are wrong. They accuse me wrongly. You say I laugh. And they laugh. You see, as this matter serious, she should not be laugh. We still they laugh. So what do you want to do?
We must laugh.
Sylvester will come back.
We must laugh. The laughter must continue.
I can't send on the video when I do of my sister and I tell and say after I finish narrating the story, one and still on the chair me and they laugh. I say, well, why you they talk like that? I say, not fair. I say, they accuse me wrongly. But I say, if you want to sue me, we'll go meet for court, sha. And an anonymous story, this story why they tell you so anonymous,
So people get mine, sha. Wow. You
and then my own jejeje, omo araye, aye shoro, ore
anybody. Sister B, so that one, see, how many people you want to respond to? Okay, as she send you message, say you dey laugh. Another person go send you message, say you not like your makeup. Another one will send you message, say you not like your hair.
Another one they give the headache pass now my dressing. Now my dressing, they give the headache back. Say, why they dress like this? Say, I be married woman, why they dress like this?
Married women supposed dress.
I don't know. Make I go tie two wrapper. I go tie double wrapper. Put one for chest. Put one for waist to show them say I'm married. My husband no complain. I don't tell the time. I say my husband no they complain about my dressing. Why not they complain? I take worry una. I take disturb una. Wanna leave me? Hey, I show my chest. I show my curves. All my breasts they outside. I like them.
The owner not complain.
The owner not complain. Not before house I they come out. If they see me before I come out, so you go they hate me. If I they come out, you go they hate me. Go say hey. You go say madam, you don't just say yes. You know they complain. Innocent. He's happy with it.
People
people sabi mind other people business. So
Not be
as
smart
you
thing,
dey
no.
your corner,
Now you
so
the
they
tie
do your
Orlandis.
thing.
Now Orlandis I go the tie. Well, okay, for this London, where want Orlandis go now? Tell
No,
me.
na
Where want
George,
Orlandis go?
Wetin be Orlandis? George, man.
George. Make
Your
a tie
bad
George.
George, do George. Do George.
I have a very youthful spirit and I like to dress like that. Okay.
Keep it
Even my
youthful.
approach is like that. That's why I can relate to young
Yes,
people, children. You know,
yes.
this is how I am. I cannot change myself to please the world. If you want to make a wear deeper life dress where the button reach neck, when
No,
reach
let me
gown,
wear
all this
long skirt
osoro gown.
when they sweep ground with your bottle, your skirt neck reach your throat. You can't carry that this bandana, say wrap your head.
Sis, I
You
wanted to
can't
tell
long.
you,
No
not be small thing,
earring.
no. Not be small fight today, oh. See how they laugh.
Biko, abeg see, no let them give you headache.
I beg, no could I not contact me if I don't want my laughter and I don't want to make I share the story. More not contact me. More could I go meet
not
therapist.
listen.
More I go meet a psychologist. I beg. I be blogger. Now blogger I be. Ejo to
Thank you. Ẹjọ́ ẹ fi sísá bí ilé o ẹjọ́
ẹ fi mí lẹ̀ o, ẹ fi mí lẹ̀ o, mo wà ń tẹ̀mí ẹ̀yin lẹ wá bá mi o, ẹjọ́ tó lọ lọ́hùn. I cannot come and kill myself, oh. Now go say I dey laugh. I no go laugh. What you want make I do? Show this life. Oh, okay. Oh, am I here? You still there?
I still there. I dey hear you. I say this life. If you not laugh, na cry you.
You gonna cry every day. You can't be miserable. Now I make I go enter depression because of see. Yesterday, okay, for instance, make I give you example. I know say we dey deviate, but it's important. Yesterday, after we finish Mercy matter, we can't laugh. Me and Mercy can't even the tease. Can't laugh the kaka because if we talk the hard stuff, we can't laugh. It's very important that you balance it. Not be say you're just strong. And other people matter they carry for my chest, though. Not be my other people matter. Now I go delete myself.
God forbid. Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ ká rí bí. Hey, God forbid you jump apart.
Ẹjọ́ ẹ bá mi bẹ̀ wọ́n o.
Ẹjọ́ ẹ fi sísá bí ilé fi òbòdò òyìnbó síbi ilé ẹjọ́ mo ń kúnlẹ̀ fún yín o ẹjọ́ if you cannot watch it ẹ jókòó ẹ má watch ẹ jókòó ara yín ẹ̀yin náà ẹ lọ sáìtì blog yìí kẹ máa ṣe sí
yín. I wear damask. It's like I tie damask so it go cover my ears. Damask. How you tell remember that name, Damask?
That's true, Damask. Damask, they say they do traditional wedding for those times.
I cannot come and keep myself. Well, this life, that Timaya singer, I can't kill myself. Allow me. Oh, this is me. Before I start to do Obodooyinbo TV, that's so I be. Leave me. If you don't like it, please waka.
May they waka, may they suffer, leave you. When we love you,
I'm a happy child. I'm a very happy child. Now I want to make a turn from happy to sad. What did I go gain? What will you gain?
We don't gain nothing, no. Now the youthful spirits, like they attract those people like us, because we said, from my own eye, I'm 16-year-old, I never come up for that.
As I day, so me, I be 21. My daughter senior me as I day, so.
You understand what I'm saying? So because make them free you pure. Because if you not be by force. If you not see watch and no listen, you understand. Waka pass other channels there for the YouTube channel.
Now so me be you see me before you come meet me. Now you come accuse me say I dey laugh. Any day when I not laugh, now be say that day is wasted. Now when I not go laugh, I go laugh.
My sister laugh. Oh, you want carry another person problem type put for chest. Where you want put your own, because you want carry another person you put for head, carry your own for hand, your tight space. Who you help?
We will still find solution. Now so we dey do for here.
Now so we dey do, and I make the thing they move smoothly because we need to laugh. Hey, we will not stop laughing. Dagbara Ọlọ́run. We will not stop laughing. I beg you.
Gigi, you say they find me trouble. Somebody say want sue me. You say na solicitor, you be saying go sue me. So if they bring the lawsuit, I will call you now. My kitchen cabinet,
we dey here. No statement. We dey here. Wetin dey worry them? Abeg, also better matter, Jare. And
thank you, my darling.
People when they worry, make they chew Panadol on top of another person headache. Make they spend their money, they buy Panadol because you know concern you now. Then start be. Not everybody
Madam,
need
oh.
to listen to. I better not leave Sister B alone. Please leave her alone.
Thank you, my darling.
Well, Sister B, this matter, I be say I no go join this life today because this matter heavy for my spirit.
I can
This
imagine.
matter disturbed my spirit to the very core. You know, they're lucky say those parents gentle. They're lucky say they're gentle because now my family, that's who therefore don't born and reach ground.
Now so.
Therefore don't born that school reach ground. Sorry. It cannot, because I cannot imagine it. I can't. All my body, they pepper me. I dream of that boy when this thing happened. I dream. I don't know the boy. I don't know their family. That thing disturbed my spirit. Young, innocent child. Biko, where are we going? You know what? I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked because even the leaders, the parents, some of them, they be court leaders. So what are we talking about?
Yeah.
The society is run by court leaders. Everywhere you go now, who knows? It's all wrong. Now God, now they protect the poor and the people when they don't know anybody for Nigeria. Now only God, they by himself, they protect them. Because this evil, he don't they cook, don't say, not be today. He don't they cook, he don't say. Parents are in court. If parents they court, because which kind of children you expected they go get? I want to ask you. Parents, when they don't put their hand, they don't use their hand to do bad things. Which kind of parents you expect them to give? You can't expect to sow cassava and reap up cocoyam according to budget per check.
Oh yes.
You can't. The apple does not fall far from the tree. So even though we are alarmed because we cannot be desensitized to the fact that this child was young and his life was knocked out. This child would have been a great child. You see,
he wanted to be a pilot.
He would have been a great child. They snuffed his life out. They snuffed that because the impact of his death, look at how it's affected the whole world. People that don't even know him. People, you know how many people don't die for Nigeria? You know how many students? You know how many people don't quite. There was one I saw on TV where the parents, they did PTA meeting and parents were sharing their experience. There was one particular woman that was just screaming on the Zoom call about one of their whether they're their housemaster when he left the school about 9 years ago. Imagine like the culture of silence will kill all Nigerians.
Yes. Now silence, silence.
You knew that your child went through it. You did not shout.
No.
You did not go to the press. They
will not talk.
You kept quiet because your own child.
Because they don't want what will people say? What would their church members say?
Is their family madness? Stigma.
They care more about that name, their family. They'll say it will rub off on my family, but they don't think about it that. What about people thinking that you are a family that stands up for justice and you stand up to fight for what it is? You are fighters.
Can you imagine? So now don't they suffer this thing? They come for a long time. So the housemaster resign. He no talk. He collects millions to put up for pocket. This is the problem we have.
They say the head teacher. They say the headmaster, whether not headmaster, I don't know. One woman complained. They say the man when they say evil, raised to power 10, now it be. People they comment now for social media now where they don't put their children, where they don't withdraw their children for them. Now they can't they talk.
Now they can't they talk. It annoys me. I was listening to that Zoom Parent Teachers Association. I was livid. I had to shut it down. I'm like,
I don't feel watch it. I couldn't watch it. I couldn't.
Imagine. So your children are going through this. You did not shout. You did not come out, blow whistle, so that other children can be saved. This is what is killing Nigeria.
No, they keep quiet.
They will keep quiet. They'll be protecting fire. You people are just doing the devil's bidding. They know they talk calm. People are on the devil's payroll, and it's so clear. More than ever. So they pay the $10. The ones they pay $100, $100,000 a day. They run amok. How can you have a child? We keep the king no at secondary school they form courts. Rubani or long about.
You don't see the thing where they read to you. Don't listen to how the boy tell the brand.
Yeah, I read them. Even I pass through that phone, go meet that boy, drag the ears.
He said we will get away with it. We will get away with it.
The audacity for the say that boy talk that thing, he will not get away with it. if Nigerian society release that, it will catch his life can never be the same. His generation will become non-entities. And
If
they don't already become
the
non-entities.
laws fail them, make that woman go carry juju. May he go look for the
I'm
worst juju.
telling you.
Where did they see the worst
Hey,
juju? Where they
oh my
fight?
God.
May he go carry
I'm
him.
telling you, this one I support him. I go carry anywhere, the ends of the earth. That picking will go for. I'm telling you, those parents are calm. And they talk calm. Hell, God, I bet me no ever
The
happen
mama
for my
especially.
family.
The
The
mama
mama
especially.
especially. What mother? You go naked. You go stand for the school. You go
Now
dey
the papa even they shout. We don't hear the mama voice.
like my person say they carry your pikin 9 months. This is a joke. Every day, people, Nigeria go scatter because of you. You sit down. I'm not talk. I'm surprised. I don't want to be desensitized to evil. So I will always lend my voice when it is needed. However, we should not be surprised. We have small court leaders in Nigeria. You go to schools now, court. Children will go to school now, court business. The one their papa start, they go bring her from school. That is when they are having the audacity. In Nigerian politics now, if you know they court, you can't be a
You cannot win elections. Lie.
If you not pass there, they go kill you. It's a simple matter. A society drenched in evil and carrying out the BD.
All they care about is power and position, money and position.
And position. They don't care how they get it. So please, why will it not trickle down? Children, why will it not trickle down to them? When the head is bad, the whole body is bad. Not they stop for head. They trickle down to the ground. And will they complain? Anybody when hear this thing, see for one day I never ever support boarding house. Never. I not like boarding house because when I know when I go boarding school, I'm sorry to say, more. I say, wow, this is what you will learn in boarding school.
My school was Adewale talk. He said now other children they train your children and they are teenagers. Teenagers.
He is right. He is very correct. Now, children, how many teachers want to take care of 500 students? Because is it humanly possible for one person to take care of other people's? It's not possible. That is not will get the kind of sentiment when you get as a parent. I don't understand. What did they pursue for this life? Money and power. Which money? Money when you go collect the money, peace of mind. No,
you know you say that COVID-19. They say the one when they brag say we'll get away with it. You know you say that they say that COVID kill them. They say COVID killer. Obasanjo come write one better letter to the chronicles of the evil when the papa be. They say the evil they their generation that Kashamu.
So the woman that they talk not be say anything. I don't talk.
No,
even if as Omoti talk say they go free. Yeah, I agree because we live in a very upside down society. Nigeria is an upside down society. But guess what? I'm telling you. Do you know people are praying on top of this matter? Do you know how many people's spirits are grieved? You don't know people. You only see body. You don't know spirits, man.
It shook the whole Nigerians both home and abroad. This thing shook us to our bone marrow.
The bone marrow or another innocent. I could not watch his video. I was crying in my spirit. I say, Jehovah, where
they are looking for cover story. They won't cover them all of them. They look for stories.
Fire. Not because they see school. Not because they see school for ground. That school they don't raise that to the ground. First of all, before any conversation, they go.
Now what do you mean they expect since be that? All this while they say suspend their lancet. I will not go there. I hear say for Ijebu, they get one egg where they say they raise something. You just go Ijebu, go ask them, say, I bet where did they see that egg? How much? Even juju they cheap well. Just tell them, say, okay, today I put my Christianity aside. Give me that egg. Just throw away inside, make the whole place burn down. God punish them. Evil people.
Punish all of them, from the owner to the last person. All
now,
of them.
The money where they make, now they care about. All that school, you know how much they make for that school? Now big money that they make.
Millions for the school. That's why I hear. Make them burn that school. But I'm not surprised when the society when you call Nigeria don't turn to be that nowhere safe. It be like a breeding ground for devil army, small army. And the evil that happens on a daily occurrence from Nigeria, it boggles my mind. How many people they don't kill for not? Because they might not be my brother.
They desensitized now. Now what is somebody talk for you? And I believe it strongly. Even the children are so desensitized. I know this have called that word. Desensitized or desensitized. Desensitized.
Yes.
Amati, now Ijabu you come from, but you know where they do that juju? Where they say they burn. I hear saying an egg, they'll just throw away inside like this.
Collect all. I'm telling you.
Tell Sylvester, mama may go there, go collect them.
I'm telling you.
Maybe wait for Lagos State government. Because as Amati talk, I believe that they are actively working because they get affiliation. See, and what Amati talk, may will not take with levity. She has a good point.
Absolutely.
They are working day and night now because all of them did the same club, they did the same society, they did the same church, they did the same group. All of them they work now to see
they all working.
They go just pick children from streets to replace all these children. So they will send the children go abroad.
Exactly. So what all mothers go do in that then if it was say even in society free as a multi talk, which we know because we know the society where we come from. But guess what? It no go better for them and their family. All of them go down. They go down one after the other. They go die mysterious death. You take another person, you won't hide your own for inside house now lie. They go wherever they carry, whichever of he escape from that country, he go meet in water look for where he did. Hey, another person picking when you know what they take suffer born. You just move in life out like that. See the better picking. That picking for the person husband tomorrow. If for change society tomorrow, una snuff am out. Because things or because
they don't care. You don't understand. Not be say they even snuff am out. They still want to carry on business as normal. With this kind of massive thing when it happen, they see the deletion of this Sylvester as inconsequential. It no matter. They should carry on business. To them, it's business as normal. They say they don't see any reason why it will disturb the other children's education.
God will punish the parents when they get children for that school. I'm sorry to say. I did not come to please anyone today. God will punish all the parents when they did that school.
They don't come out now when they protest now.
They're supposed to join hands. God, Jesus Lord. I've never seen such a level of monstrosity in my life.
When you talk wickedness, I talk on the other day for my video, and I thought say, na devil they rule Nigeria.
Na devil.
And I repeat it. The headquarters of devil, na Nigeria.
Na devil. Now different assignments to give different.
Even for street self, you see the way people are they are so mean. They are the wickedness there everywhere. They their face, they their body.
It dey the blood. It dey inside the blood. Normal, you go see you not see count the number of people. Normal people for Nigeria, you cannot count.
I said that
people when they get life.
99% of people for Nigeria they suffer from PTSD and some form of trauma.
It pass PTSD.
What did they suffer? They desensitize us and I talk that English.
Now devil, now they control their lives. Not be people. Now they gone. They are carrying out the big.
Otherwise, why 14-year-old go they brag? Say, do you know the name?
The audacity.
Do you know our name? You know what our name stands for?
Kashamu'S. To show you the kind home when it comes from.
Nothing will happen.
To show you the kind home when it comes from. Say in your family, they are monsters.
Why I feel sorry for them?
Exactly.
And they try to figure out what he did that picking head where they talk that thing. A human life, a whole picking, no mean anything to you. You are still bragging that you get away with it. I beg, if you are just joining us, you need to watch it from the beginning so that you understand.
Exactly. They don't go better for that. All the family, all the parents, when they go there, they put their children, and the impact, the effect of what is going on will affect them one way or the other.
Because you know the funny thing about Nigeria, we say, we were there, so to them, we don't today sensitive. We not tough again. Now then they okay. We like this now. We don't too be ajebo. We know soft. We don't too soft. You know, we know we too they feel everything and they affect us. But because them they hardened. You know when for that Exodus, when God they talk about how they hardened the heart of Pharaoh. Now so many Nigerians, their heart don't they hardened. They know they
God
feel.
forbid.
They cannot feel anything anymore.
I refuse to be hardened. I refuse.
Now
Now
life be
that
that one.
hardiness,
If you they hardened
I
like that, and a
refuse.
life.
I reject it. I refuse. I
No,
want
that
to
one no good
feel.
now.
That will not be better thing. Not be
We
better
need
thing.
deliverance,
I
please.
want to feel. I want to be empathetic. When there is injustice, I want to cry and join my tears with those that are crying. I refuse to be desensitized. This is madness. This is madness. Even in the society, let those people that are responsible go. It no go ever better for them. As they say different from that, now so their life go be. Now, they don't already mess with the law of nature. They don't mess with the law of
now
the
nature
spiritual.
Now
They
nature.
will pay for
They don't know
them.
that there's something called nature. Nature, it is sort everything out though. Even if then you don't do anything. That's what they call the law of karma.
Exactly.
It has a way of paying you back.
Thank you. And guess what? Everybody should pay attention. Nobody should let any of their children marry into such a family. Go and write their names down so you don't forget. In case your child meets one of them one way or the other in the future,
If you see
know.
this Pekin, this Pekin, the one that they call whether what did they call the name? Whether na ask and what did they call that one name? You get one. May I show you now the picture? You get one there. If you see the Pekin, if you see as the Pekin small, you go fear God. You go fear. This one, what they call Anslem. This Anslem Timile. If you see this Pekin as it's small,
my goodness.
If you see it be like it's small, you can't get baby face. I see the picture, they post them. I say now this Pekin if you join, do this kind of thing. We never finish for this country, so this country never finish.
I don't finish, oh. Not be say whether he don't finish. Forget that thing. If we not stand up, see all the people that in Nigeria, they sleep. If one of them not stand up, make
you
this
know,
matter.
you know why they sleep. Make I tell you why they sleep. I understand Nigeria like my back. I know they like to talk about them because it they traumatize me if I talk about them. You know why? Because for Nigeria, if you not affect you, it not concern you. As long as you are not affected, why should you bother? That is the mindset of so many Nigerians. Anything that does not affect you, don't bother about it. Look the other way. Ignore it. It doesn't concern you. Face front. But they've forgotten that what goes around comes around. There's something about doing a collective good for the good of the society that people in Nigeria don't understand. So they turn a blind eye. When somebody is fighting, look at a typical example was when Princess was fighting the other day. Because I carry give her Baba Jesha. Go carry what that picking by force. You know, see? All the human rights is son can't stand up. Now that time. Even women, now women own they pay me pass for all of them.
Now women only worst part.
What do you do? This, that, they trick them. Now entrapment, this, that. How the country go take better when you cannot call out?
It cannot be better. Imagine the people that they are raising.
No, you can't.
That's supposed to be future leader. Is that supposed to be a future of Nigeria? There is no. The future is green. If that is what you're looking up to, it is green. There's no shadow of hope. This is maddening. I expect that whole country will shut down because of this child.
Oh yes.
Even the parents that are still saying carry it online so that my children will learn. So somebody that passes.
They say the children should not suffer because of Sylvester. Just because of one person, they shouldn't suffer.
Jesus. You know go better. See, I know the country when I come from. I know say Nigeria, they don't care about justice. But guess what? They still not care about justice. But posterity go speak. The Spirit of God go speak. That boy in death not go be in vain. One way or the other, those children go suffer the consequences
they will.
of their
Oh
actions.
no, God, the nature is there. Nature is there.
Oh,
Thank you.
ah,
Thank you,
all
my
right, so
darling. Thank you
Sister
for
B.
making me laugh. Omo, yes, Connor. I
Oh,
love you.
absolutely. Anytime. Not anybody stress you out, so because
Not be smart,
if they
you
just
know.
come, if they just come, just you waiting, shut your phone. If you don't want to block them, shut them out of
The
your
call
life.
like go be like say I be one organization where where they put somewhere say make I you know how social service they go they call us they demand their rights for this country now what they do they go they demand their rights now so some people will call me as if I be social services I don't be social services so Joe now
No
God work with the
answer
do.
them. I beg, just do no, because you know it. These people, some people they will just drive you crazy. Choose your battles, my dear sister. There
Thank
are
you.
different ways to eat a whale, as they say, or eat an elephant. No,
Yes,
there's
so
some fights that you don't bother fighting.
oh
Don't leave
yes for
them
our
with their
Nigerian
ignorance.
Nigerian lingua we thought say there are many ways to kill a rat without shedding the
That's
blood.
it. Now, so not let anybody come disturb you. Gbadun ayé
Thank
yín,
you.
jayé orí ẹ, nothing do you. Love you. We'll talk
Love you
again.
very much, sweetheart. Have a good afternoon. God bless you.
You
I can't
too.
love you like someone, yeah. You always crack me up. You are my kitchen cabinet, my right hand woman. I love you. Eunice say in a proper regulated country, the president or PM would have issued a statement regarding Sylvester and thorough investigation followed. Well, we know say we no get president now. Our president allegedly has dementia. In fact, it's not allegedly. According to somebody on social media, they say we know the one of Olu Jacobs because we've been told by the wife. But Buhari's own, nobody has told us, but we know that he's got dementia. He's not well. He's not the one ruling the country. So what do you expect? You expect anything from Bubu? I beg. Forget him. So my people, thank you very much for being here tonight. Hopefully, we've learned one or two things from this. Please, if you live in Nigeria and you have your children in boarding school, I don't support boarding school, but I understand why people in Africa will put their children in boarding school. Please make sure that you are vigilant. And wherever you live in the diaspora, everywhere in the world, make sure that you have a close linked relationship with your children. It's very, very important to me that, my children and I bond. You know, I have a lot of, misunderstanding with my husband about, our parenting style. I usually say it here. If there's one thing my husband and I argue about or quarrel about is about parenting because he is old school. And I'm saying, no, we can't do it the way we were parented. No, we can't. We have to do it in a new way. This is a different society. I don't want to be like my mother or my father. I need to parent my children differently. So please, listen to your children. They speak in various ways. Sometimes their language is not verbal, it's non-verbal language, they call it. Look at their bodies and look at their face. If your children usually maintain eye contact, all of a sudden they look down, there's something wrong. If your children are moody, they are usually very busty and they are chatty, all of a sudden they don't fit talk again, there's something wrong. Okay? If your children are just withdrawn all of a sudden and for some reason they don't want to, even to eat self now to they force them, there's something wrong. Please pay attention. Make I tell you something. Whatever we are doing in this life, this is my personal belief. Whatever I think I have achieved, whatever I have done in my life, my children are my biggest achievement because their life has been entrusted to us by God Almighty. And we have a duty of care to make sure that these children are safe, they are protected, they are loved, they are provided for, their life is okay. Let us not bring up children that are suffering from PTSD. People have shared, brothers have shared tonight about their own experience in boarding school. Let us not repeat it. If you can, keep them in day school. But if you cannot, in boarding school, but make sure you do your homework. I hear in Nigerian boarding schools that even when you visit them, the housemaster will stand there and be looking at what you have to say. They will be watching the child to see what the child is about to tell you. Teach your children how to communicate if you have children in boarding school so that maybe they can slip you a note that you will read later. Or they have ways that they can talk to you without, those people that are monitoring them. Because like that Kashamu'S son said, he said they are the ones ruling the school. Even the teachers and the authorities are powerless because they are the ones, maybe they are funding the school, they are giving money, they are positioned, so they worship them. But for Sylvester, my prayer is that justice will be served. If the Nigerian court and legal system fail Sylvester and his family, the laws of nature will not fail him. He will not fail them. And I pray that these children will get what is coming to them. They will know that they've been getting away with it. They've done so many heinous things, but now God has finally caught up with them. Karma is catching up with them, and they will pay for everything they've done. Thank you very much, my people. And Abubu, they call her now. His name is Bubu. And our living dead president is called Bubu. Thank you, my people. Have a very good evening. I'm not going to have a live tomorrow, okay? But Gistmas, the 9 will still drop. No live tomorrow. The next live, tomorrow is Thursday, so no live tomorrow. But the next live is going to be on Sunday, but I will still be dropping videos for Gistmas tomorrow. And tomorrow is Thursday, and Friday, and Saturday. Then Sunday, live, yeah. Thank you very much, everyone, for being here tonight. I appreciate you. Promise Emmanuel, thank you very much. I beg, make una care about them, or make una love them, make una make sure say that they okay. Children are a gift. They're the best gift you will ever have, more than your silver and your gold. God has entrusted them into your care for a reason. Please keep them safe. Love them. Do everything you can to make sure that they are protected. The Lord will help us. Thank you very much, everyone. I appreciate you all very, very much. And yeah, we'll be back on the live at some point this weekend. I'm not sure yet, but I know now. As they go, I go let you know. God bless you. Tomorrow, I have a family event because my youngest son is going to be 15 tomorrow. PJ will be 15 tomorrow. Hooray! So we want to have a family outing. Take him out to go and have dinner. So make it not be like, say, I'm not practicing what I'm preaching. As I preach about loving and caring and being there for your children, I need to do the same. So I promised him that we're going to go out tomorrow. So we'll take him out. So no live tomorrow. But yeah, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. Yeah. God bless you. Have a good evening. Good afternoon, wherever you are. Thank you, Eunice. Yeah, he's so excited. You should see him. He made me to carry him to go and cut hair this evening. They take picture up and down. The thing they sweet them. I said, how do you feel? He said, I'm hyped. I'm hyped. Teenagers, 15 to 9, that 15 and a big age. We thank God for their lives. Thank you very much, everyone. God bless you. Have a good evening. Yeah, now big boy, you. Oh yeah, that 15 now. If you see how they feel, he's feeling on top of the world. He order nothing ever order finish. They take picture up and down, and they look and say, "You think I was not 15? Once upon a time I was 15, a long time ago." But myself don't do 15 before. Oh, thank you, guys. Yeah, I'll see you in my next one. God bless you. Have a good evening. Bye, guys. Love you. Bye bye.